The following is a presentation of WCMP Sports, local sports.
Past the 25, to the 20, to the 15, he's going to high step into the end zone. Touchdown!
Their wide receiver split each side.
He's still going into the end zone.
East Central Minnesota, the action starts now. To bring you the call, here's Ethan Game Day Gilman.
And good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to St. John's University here out in Collegeville, Minnesota for tonight's Section 5 3A playoff matchup between the St. Cloud Cathedral Crusaders, say that 5 times fast, and the Pine City Dragons. I, of course, as the intro mentioned, am Ethan Game Day Gilman, and it's not just me out here for this one. No, we got a special guest once again joining us. That is Mac. Mac, thanks so much for joining me.
How you doing today, Ethan?
Oh, good. It's been a beautiful last couple of days. This weekend was great. Great weather, and usually for this time of year, for football, we're usually talking about 30s, 40s, some snow. I know I just swore, but snow even. So to have this kind of weather, have the window open here at St. John's U, it's a beautiful night for some football. I can't ask for anything better.
It really is gorgeous out here. I mean, we're in a beautiful stadium right now. Mm-hmm. There's autumn leaves all around us. It's to the point where we're nice and cool. It doesn't feel like we're going to freeze, and it doesn't feel like we're going to start sweating in this booth tonight. It's just gorgeous out here, and I'm excited to talk about this game with you.
It will be a gorgeous night for some football. It is a beautiful stadium, as Mac just mentioned, Clemens Stadium here on the University of St. John's campus, and it should be a good one here tonight. Audio only, of course, but we're still up here on our YouTube. But again, want to stress that it is audio only. There's no video for playoffs. We do lose that ability, but nonetheless, we're out here, and we will paint the picture with our words for you here this evening, the best that we can. As mentioned, it is St. Cloud Cathedral, Pine City going at it here tonight, the number 2 and the number 7 seed, as we take a look at both of these teams here this evening. Looking at the Section 5 3A standings, that'll come up on your screen right there. Annandale is the number 1 seed, no doubt about it. They are 7-1, 3-0 in the section. They're ranked number 10 in the state. St. Cloud Cathedral coming in second at 5-3. Now, Mac, the interesting thing with St. Cloud Cathedral is they didn't play a section game. Now, not everyone plays a section game. Actually, in fact, as you can look at the standings here, not everybody even plays but maybe one. And you see Mora and Pine City only played one, but still, St. Cloud Cathedral did not play a section game. So that'll be interesting. Do you think that will at all come into play here tonight, seeing that they haven't faced competition from this section?
Yeah, I definitely think it could, especially because when you play those section games in the regular season like that, you get a taste of what's to come once you actually hit sections. So the fact that they haven't done that, they might have a bigger ego than what they think they can actually handle when it comes to these playoff games like this. They could come out here hot and heavy, ready to fire, and then Pine City's going to come out firing from the hip just as well as they do. So it could be a toss-up match tonight. I think it definitely could play a big factor.
It really could, and as we look at the schedules here, you look at some of the offenses. This section this year, I don't think lived up to a lot of the hype that some people were thinking it would. This section, a lot of times, is one of the most competitive in maybe Class 3A. Now, I know there's a ton of other sections like Class 6 3A or 7 or even 8 that are very competitive. You got teams in Section 7 3 in Pequot, Two Harbors, Piers, Esco, Hibbing, and Proctor. Proctor apparently has already been eliminated, so it looks like Proctor will not field a team for the playoffs, sadly. Never want to see that. Never want to see numbers that low. But so Section 7 3A, so we're talking about sections here. This is, I mean, a ridiculous section. First of all, you got Pequot Lakes, the number 1 team in the state, probably the favorite to go to state and win it. Then you've got Two Harbors, who I think would be the only team that's got a chance at Pequot Lakes. They've got a phenomenal running back. And then you've got Piers, who 6-2 hasn't played a section game, but you can never doubt Piers, because Piers, when they get in the playoffs, they are always a strong team. And then you've got Esco, who, yes, finished the season 4-4. They are having a down year. But I think when they played Pine City last week, I counted 4 or 5 seniors. So they've got a young team who, for teams that they'll probably play next year, sadly, they're going to have a really good team next year. So you look at that section in 7-3A, it's super competitive. But you look at 5-3A, not as competitive as some other years, but it is still a phenomenal section. You've got Foley 3-5, Mora 3-5, Malacca 2-6, won their last 2 games of the season. Their defense, by the way, that Malacca defense, they are thin on that team, but man, that Malacca defense can get after it. You've got St. Cloud Apollo, don't know much about them, but then you've got Pine City. And we're talking about Pine City here tonight on 106.5 FM, AM 1350, WCMP, Anthem Country. This team, the last few years, has been dealing with tough schedules and tough situations. They hadn't won a game for a few years until this year, and then they finally got that monkey off their back. They hadn't scored since last October, then they did that against Mora. They even shut Mora out in the second half. So when you look at this Pine City team, these coaches, Coach Fort and Coach Berger, always talk about a culture. Always bringing that culture, all the ways the culture that they want to be. Now, they've been the coaches for a few years now, but sometimes it takes a couple of years to get that culture set in, and it feels like the seniors this year, the team this year, has finally really embraced that culture, and it really seems to be paying off in their play. Mac, I mean, I know you haven't been able to see them live, but you've watched some of their film. I mean, just looking at the beginning of the year, even till now, you can tell that there's a little bit of a change in this team. Yeah, it feels like they have stepped into their shoes almost. They had these daunting boots placed in front of them, and they finally found the stool that they needed to step up into those boots and to start playing football at the level that they expect to play at. They're finally running the plays. They're getting confident in them, and they're finally starting to make that push that we want to see. Yeah, they really are, and we'll talk even more about that. We'll look at the schedules for both of these teams and then the standings a little bit more and the playoff bracket. But first, we are going to get a word from our fine sponsors. We want to thank all of our fine sponsors who sponsor this and every other broadcast. Of course, for playoffs, it is extra special, so we want to give a huge shout-out to all the fine sponsors who sponsored this broadcast. Of course, you're listening to Pine City Football on 106.5 FM, AM 1350, Anthem Country, WCMP.
Kettle River Pizza, the handcrafted pizza made locally in Ash Cove, Minnesota. Always the highest quality ingredients. Pizza that is consistently great tasting. A true crowd pleaser. 16 varieties to choose from. Enjoy the classics like pepperoni sausage, and supreme, to the unique tastes of hot Hawaiian, taco, buffalo chicken, and chicken Alfredo. Pick some up at your local grocer, tavern, or convenience store. Handcrafted Kettle River Pizza. Moms and basketball players approved.
If aches and pains are holding you back, Wellia Health is here to assist you. Our sports medicine team is dedicated to getting you back to your passions. With extensive experience and expertise, we specialize in managing concussions, a worry for both young athletes and adults. Whatever the injury, let's get you back in action with an appointment at Wellia Health. Call us today at 320-679-1313 or conveniently schedule through your MyChart account. Visit welliahealth.org for more information.
Embrace Orthodontics offers a unique, specialized approach to orthodontic treatment with custom braces or Invisalign. The team at Embrace loves getting to know their patients personally and takes the time to make sure all your questions are answered. Their board-certified orthodontists use only the latest in modern technology to give you the best outcome possible. They work with your insurance company and offer flexible financing options to fit your budget. Call today to set up your free exam and see how Embrace Orthodontics can transform your smile. More online at embracemn.com. That's embracemn.com.
Whoa! They've got what you need at the Pine City Freeway Holiday Station Store. Right now, the Pine City Holiday Station Store off 35 has got savings like Doritos and Lay's Mix and Match, buy one, get one half off. Jack Link's Beef Jerky variety, 2 for $10. Starbucks Pink in Paradise, buy one, get one free. Any Dr. Pepper, 3 for $5. Red Bull 12 ounce, buy 2, get one free. Open 24/7, 365. They've got what you need at the Freeway Holiday Station Store in Pine City.
Hey there, neighbors. Matt Winsan, CEO Burnett Dairy. Farmers are the people that wake up before the sun, who battle the elements, and tend to their crops and herds with a passion that runs deep in their veins. At this time, I would personally like to thank the farmers. From all of us at Burnett Dairy Cooperative to all of our incredible farmers, thank you. Burnett Dairy Cooperative. Real farms, real flavor.
A huge shout out to all of our fine sponsors who sponsored this and every other broadcast. Ethan Game Day Gilman joined by Mac to my right here. We're out at St. John's University for this Section 5-3A playoff matchup between the St. Cloud Cathedral Crusaders and your Pine City Dragons. And before the break, we were talking about the section standings and the records for both of these teams. Now let's dive into a little bit of those records here, taking a look at the St. Cloud Cathedral schedule that you can see coming up on your screen right now. So St. Cloud Cathedral once again finished the year 5-3 and didn't play a game in the section, but they started off with a 38-0 win over War Road, then lost 2 games to Eden Valley Watkins and Holdingford. Then they went on a 4-game winning streak where they won over Osakis, Painesville, Royalton, and Maple Lake, but they did fall to Kimball here in their final game of the regular season. And looking at this schedule, one of the things you might notice is they have only played 2A schools. Now, whether that will play a factor or not, it may or may not. We just never know. But I think there is something to say about only playing 2A schools on your schedule. Sometimes a class below doesn't always, this isn't always the case, but sometimes when it's a class below, sometimes the competition just isn't quite up to your level. Now, that is not the case all the time. Obviously, we're not saying that, because they're a class below, they're not better. We've seen plenty of times where that's the opposite, really. But they have only played 2A schools. We talked about, and you mentioned how them not playing in the section this year may affect them. What about not even playing in the class this year?
Again, I think it's gonna cause them to have a little bit higher hopes of what they're gonna play to, and I mean, we just gotta hope that they don't end up playing down to the level below them, because they're playing that more competitiveness. So theoretically, they should have the upper hand, but a lot of the times when you see matchups like these, the quote unquote better team does something where it causes them to play down to the lower team's level, and then you get a really good match on your hand, and everyone's on the edge of their seats, and they're like, oh no.
Yep. Yeah, and that's the thing. You look at some of these teams that they did beat in Osakis and Painesville. Those were 2 close wins. Osakis only a 19-16 victory, and then Painesville was a 35-30 victory. So I think it will be a case of, where they will get maybe, I don't want to say a little bit of a shock, because I don't think that you'll be shocked at all as who you're playing. You watch film, you know who you're playing. But I think they will be a little bit surprised at maybe the step up in play that they'll get from Pine City. Taking a look at the Pine City schedule coming up onto your screen right now. Of course, we mentioned they finished 1-7, but they got their first win in a few years here during the season against Proctor. They beat them 20-0. It was not just a win; it was a shutout, 20-0. They could have easily had 3 wins in a home game here for this playoff game, where they lost to Hibbing 13-0. They felt like that was a game they definitely should have won. They fell to Mora 28-7. That's a game where they felt like, hey, if there was more time, or hey, if we get to meet them up again, this might be a different story, because they shut them out in the second half and scored their first touchdown since last October. Then they came out after that, lost 2 close losses, and beat Proctor 20-0. Now they ended this season with a loss to 2 Harbors, top 10 school we've already talked about. And then Esco. That Esco game was very interesting. Esco had taken an early 7-0 lead. Pine City came down a couple of drives later, kicked a field goal to make it 7-3. Coming out of the second half, Pine City would score basically right away to start that fourth quarter. They would get on the board, and unfortunately their PAT was blocked, so that unfortunately caused them not to get the 10 on the board, which I think did kind of have a factor in that one. But then Esco, drive right after Pine City scored, went down, scored pretty easily. But you could just feel it. Pine City was right there the whole game. And in fact, I said it during the broadcast, I felt like Pine City was the more physical team. And sometimes, Mac, when you're the more physical team, whether it's football, baseball, basketball for sure, I feel like being more physical can sometimes, I don't want to say outweigh being more talented, but sometimes it can definitely put your opponent on their back foot.
Yeah, one thing that comes to mind when you say more physical can give you that upper edge would be setting the tone. At the beginning of the game, the team comes out and they set the tone for how the rest of the game is going to be, and that could ultimately turn the tides. So if you come out as that more physical team, you're going to put that little bit of doubt in that other team's mind, and that could be the whole difference between a win or a loss. And like you said, they were just right there, and if they just could have gone a little bit further, they could have pulled it out, and that would have been a big win on their shoulders.
Well, it was close, and I think there are some wins, so to speak, that they can take away from that game, and one of them, again, was being more physical. The hitting. the tackling that they had in that game was absolutely phenomenal. You probably heard the call that I had where I called a huge hit, and it really looked like a professional football. And I mean, it was a hard hit that knocked the ball loose, and Pine City was able to get on top of. They were flying around, hitting people. One of the things I think defensively they'll want to get, though, is less chunk plays, and they have talked about that for a long time. But I feel like if you're Pine City, there are a lot of good things going for you those last 4 games of the regular season, 4 or 5 games of the regular season. You're looking at it and going, wow, this is a much improved team. Yeah, they didn't win but 1 game, but I think if there are any fans, if you've only tuned in YouTube, whatever it is, I think people are looking at this team going, what a turnaround. What a turnaround. And because at the beginning of the year, they held Grand Rapids, ladies and gentlemen. Grand Rapids, a 4A school, to 7 points in the first half. 7. Now, again, it got a little lopsided there in the second half. They got a garbage time touchdown, but it was really only a 2-score game going into the fourth quarter. For a team like Pine City, that's almost a win in and of itself. Obviously, you're going to go back and say, we should have won that game. What can we do better? And they've really been trying to do that since. Now, Pine City's been dealing with injuries, a few things where players aren't eligible here and there. But I feel like this team has been resilient, and that may be something that's talked about too much, maybe not enough. But I think for Pine City it's worth mentioning, and worth mentioning again, because I think it is the resilience of this team that has got them in a situation where they feel good about coming into this playoff game tonight.
They could easily look at this and be like, look at the season we've had. They could easily say, we're done, we're not going anywhere. But the fact that they've had these close wins, they've had these areas where they could have won if they just did something wrong, not lingering in the past, I think is going to be such a big aspect for them to come out and upset in this game, in all honesty.
And one of the other things, too, that they have done a really good job of, last game, maybe not the best example, but is turning the ball over less, and that is something that the coaches talked about as well. But I think we'll talk a little bit more about some of the things that we think that they should do on both sides of the ball to get the victory here tonight. But first, we're going to get a word from our fine sponsors once again. Obviously, we can't be here if it wasn't for those fine sponsors, so we're going to hear a word from those fine sponsors and give a huge shout out to them for sponsoring this and every other broadcast that we do. You're listening to high school playoff football on Anthem Country 106.5 FM, AM 1350 WCMP.
The mushroom melt is back at A&W. How does this sound? Sautéed seasoned mushrooms and onions with melted Swiss cheese on your choice of a juicy burger or grilled chicken. Then add golden french fries and a medium soft drink. It's the mushroom melt and fries combo at A&W. Now, top it off with a classic A&W root beer float featuring vanilla soft serve and made fresh root beer, all in a frosty mug. Or how about the A&W Root Beer Freeze? Signature combos and delicious treats always at your local A&W restaurant in Pine City.
Baseball and softball coaches, are you looking for dry, warm practice time?
Here's the Pitch in North Branch can help. Here's the Pitch offers amazing indoor options for your team.
Offering state-of-the-art pitching machines and batting cages.
And space for you to give instruction without worrying about the weather outside.
Take your athletes to the next level.
Coach up your team during every season or off-season. Affordable practice space for your ball teams.
Make your reservation today.
Call Here's the Pitch today or visit them on Facebook.
Here's the Pitch in North Branch.
Exhale slowly, letting any tension leave your body. Breathe in deeply as you stretch every fiber of your soul.
This woman's gonna kill me. I know, and she's so boring.
Now, lift your back.
I'd rather have the WCMP deals guy leading this class. Oh, yeah.
Right now, get a $10 gift certificate to Freddy's Restaurant in Mora for just $5. 50% off for Freddy's delicious favorites. Breathe.
WCMPradio.com/deals. Slowly now. WCMPradio.com/deals.
Your local radio home for Minnesota Vikings football is WCMP.
Breaks another at the 30 and is loose!
Your favorite hometown team with your favorite players.
Caught by Jefferson!
Don't miss the hits, the action.
Touchdown Vikings!
Catch the excitement all season long.
He caught it!
Minnesota Vikings football is on Cool Country 100.9
WCMP.
Loading the kids in the car, brokering peace in the back seat, mastering the snack handoff without even looking. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple, so you can worry about more important things, like figuring out what's growing in that cup holder. That's simple human sense.
Contact your local auto owner's agency, Pine Insurance Agency, at pineagency.us today.
Joe and the gang at Roddy Motors have your next pre-owned vehicle. Vehicles of all makes and models, and vehicles priced to move. Roddy Motors in Mora can also get you financed on site. Or, if you've got a vehicle to sell, Roddy offers consignment too. Yep, they'll help you sell your quality pre-owned vehicle. The 2-time winner of the Reader's Choice Best Dealer in Kanabec County. That's what you call a repeat champ. When you need a quality vehicle, make your way to Roddy Motors in Mora or RoddyMotors.com. RODDY Motors.com. Back here on Anthem Country 106.5 FM AM 1350. Taking a look at this game between the Pine City Dragons and the St. Cloud Cathedral Crusaders here at Clemens Stadium, the home of the Johnnies at St. John's University here, just outside of St. Cloud, Minnesota. I think it's technically, specifically Collegeville is the town name, but here with Mac, Ethan Game Day Gilman as well. And this one should be a good one. We're talking about Pine City, some of the things that they should do or could do or will do here tonight to get the victory as we're closing in on kickoff here, about just under 10 minutes away. And in calling games for this team this year, it's been fun to watch. It's been fun to watch their growth. You know, talking with the coaches, they talk about the culture that they want to bring here. You know, they talk about, you know, some of the things that they have worked with this team to do, to try and do to shore up as they go throughout the season. And I think we'll start with offense because maybe it's just the easiest thing to talk about is offense. They run more of the spread this year. They haven't been afraid to go under center and run the ball as well. One thing that I have noticed here as of late, you know, at the beginning of the season, they tried to be more of a pass-heavy team. As of late, they have gone a little bit more balanced with their offense, and it seems to have been working. As again, we watch the pregame warm-ups, they will go under center, run the ball. They'll go out of the gun and run the ball. They'll pass out of both. I think that has really brought a new dynamic to this offense, being able to go under center and in the gun, because a lot of teams aren't able to do that. A lot of teams practice just one or the other. Pine City has been able to do both, and that's a lot of times a wrinkle that it's hard to add in, whether it's middle of the season, end of the season. It's hard to add in, but Pine City has done it, it seems like, pretty well.
I think it's a good thing that they're able to do that blended, like you were saying, so that they're able to go under center. They're able to go in shotgun. It almost throws off the rhythm of the defense. You don't know what to expect from them. If they go under shotgun, there's no tell. Mm-hmm. Some teams will have a tell where they're going under center, they're going to run it. They're in shotgun, they're going to pass it. So being able to do both from both positions really throws off the rhythm and can lead to a play that might not be expected by the defensive team, and that could be a really exciting thing to see in a game of football. It really can be, and their offense has done a pretty good job here these last few games, and they're hoping it can only get better as they go along. Again, here tonight, looking at the offense for them, again, they are led by now quarterback Evan Dent. He played running back, receiver, linebacker. He does it really all for this team. But then they've got a plethora of running backs and receivers that they get the ball to, and they all do a really good job. This offensive line for Pine City has really stepped up their game, and I feel like that's been a position where this team may not have been as strong in years past, but this year this offensive line has really done a good job of stepping up. Taking a look on the other side of the ball, you do have to play defense, and sometimes that's how you win games is because of the defense. Taking a look at them defensively, the defense has done a good job. Other than that 2 Harbors game, you look at their last 3-4 games, their defense has done a phenomenal job and it really has all year. We talking with these coaches, the blame hasn't been put on the offense, but it has been more or less, if the offense can get going, our defense will get a little bit more rest, and our defense is only going to get better, which is scary to think about for some teams. The fact that Pine City's defense was on the field more times than not, unfortunately, and they were still saying, well, if our offense can give our defense a rest, our defense is only going to get better, is scary to think about, because this defense, again, held Grand Rapids to 7 points in one half. They held Hibbing to 13, Moore to 28, 0 in the second half, and they held Esco to 13. I mean, this defense is something that we should be watching out for. Defense is the best offense. Defense wins games. And I feel like people don't realize that so much with football because it's, the big plays come from the offense. But you get a huge play on the defense, and I feel like that sparks up team spirit way more than a huge play on offense.
And looking at some of the other key areas, special teams, obviously there are 3 phases to the game: offense, defense, special teams. This special teams unit has been pretty darn good, and it really has been for the last few years. Pine City's always prided themselves on being a good special teams unit, and they have been again this year. Their return game has been phenomenal. I don't remember a year where they haven't been good at returning the ball, even dating back to my high school days and before. They've always been good at returning the ball, no matter who's back there. They've done a pretty good job punt-wise. Obviously, punts you want to see a little bit better, but they've still done a good job blocking them up, getting down there, covering the punt and kickoff coverage. Whatever it may be, they've done a good job. Obviously, they bring in a young man. I believe he's a foreign exchange student. Now, I could be wrong on that, but I do believe Shanze, whichever his name is, I apologize, Till Shanze, wearing number 82. He's coming in and kicking, and he has been a nice bright spot for this team. And again, last week he kicked a 30-plus yard field goal to get them on the board with 3 points to begin that game. So for this Pine City team, I think that is and always will be a strength for them is special teams. And then another thing is turnovers. Turnovers are something that if you're talking about them a lot, well, it's probably not a good sign. And if you're not talking about them, well, it also might not be a good sign because your defense might not have been able to get those turnovers. But for Pine City, at the beginning of the year, and it seems to kind of be that way, the turnovers are a problem early on. But then they correct it. And this year, I mean, you talk about a 180. Man, this team did a Tony Hawk 180. I mean, it was awesome to see the turnaround that they had with the turnovers. Not only were they not turning the ball over, they were taking the ball away. And for a team to do that, I think, one, speaks to the coaching and their message getting through. Hey, we need to make sure we're not turning the ball over because then our defense doesn't have to go back out there and taking the ball away because then you get the ball back to our offense. Speaking on turnovers, I mean, we talk about a spark in a game. Turnovers can provide just that.
Turnovers can be a mood killer or a mood lifter in a football game. If you're having a tough time, you're not getting any good offensive drives, and you have to give the ball back to them to run offense, you get a huge defensive turnover that allows you to go back to the other side of the field and to score a touchdown and to get that upper hand. It boosts your team confidence as a whole, and then it also it mellows out the other team, and you start to build that momentum, and it helps you to create a positive mindset that can ultimately lead to a win or a loss in a football game.
It really can, and this Pine City team, they're looking for a win here tonight to make them go on to the next round. Now, if they were to win here tonight, they would take on the winner of Foley and St. Cloud Apollo. But we'll talk more about that when we come back. First, a word from our fine sponsors. Again, huge shout out to them here in the playoffs. You're listening to Pine City Football on Anthem Country, 106.5 FM, AM 1350, and WCMPradio.com. It's audio only.
Dale's Heating and Appliance, your local heating and appliance expert, is committed to making your family's comfort their top priority. And now you can add water softeners to their list of expertise. Dale's now offers water softener sales or rentals along with installation, service, and salt delivery. So if your home needs quality water, make the call to your already trusted experts at Dale's, or just visit dalesheatingandappliance.com. dalesheatingandappliance.com.
Getting your vehicle repaired after an accident doesn't have to be stressful. Drop your vehicle at Hones Auto Body and they take care of the stress. From the estimate to easily working with your insurance, Hones will take care of minor dents, collision repair, glass replacement, and mechanical services. iCar and ASE certified technicians will get your vehicle fixed right. For a shop you can trust, for collisions or everyday repairs, bring your vehicle to Hones Auto Body and Glass Mechanical in Mora. Or visit online at honesauto.com. That's HOHNS auto.com.
Kettle River Pizza is a proud supporter of sports teams and community organizations. Local groups and teams across the state have had amazing success with Kettle River Pizza fundraising. From sausage and pepperoni to chicken Alfredo or the hot Hawaiian, the cheesy deliciousness practically sells itself. Visit KettleRiverPizza.com to schedule your next fundraiser. It's so easy to get started. Got a pizza craving now? Pick up a Kettle River Pizza at your local grocery store or convenience store today.
Back here at St. John's, yeah, that's what it is. St. John's University, Clemens Stadium on the home of the Johnnies here this evening as we get ready for kickoff here between the St. Cloud Cathedral Crusaders and the Pine City Dragons. Taking a look at the bracket here for these two teams. Again, you can see Pine City playing St. Cloud Cathedral, Foley playing St. Cloud Apollo. If Pine City wins this game, they'll play on Saturday at what would assume to be Foley or St. Cloud Apollo at 2 p.m. So they would be on the road, again, if they were to win this one, at either Foley or St. Cloud Apollo. St. Cloud Apollo and Foley do play tonight, so obviously we're hoping for a local win there in Foley. But if Pine City were to pull off a victory here tonight, they would play at either Foley or St. Cloud Apollo on Saturday at 2 p.m. So we'll keep you up to date on that. Best place to do that, our websites, our morning shows are on 100.9 and 95.5 FM KBK, so be sure to stay tuned to both of those as we'll keep you up to date on all things local sports. We are just about set for kickoff here in this one. That is going to do it for the pregame here, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank you so much for tuning in. Of course, stay tuned after our next commercial break. It's kickoff time, and we've got Section 5, 3A playoffs coming your way. But again, we'll take a moment to hear word from our fine sponsors, and then we'll be back with kickoff, our Kettle River Pizza kickoff, if you will, after word from our fine sponsors here on Anthem Country, WCMP.
Your journey to smile with your forever starts at Embrace Orthodontics. The team at Embrace is committed to providing world-class care and a remarkable orthodontic experience. Choose between custom Light Force braces or Invisalign clear aligners, with locations in Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge, and a plan to fit your budget, whether you have insurance or not. Embrace Orthodontics will make your smile journey comfortable, convenient, and customized just for you. Visit EmbraceMN.com today to find out how to set up your free exam. EmbraceMN.com. Embrace Orthodontics. A smile you will embrace forever.
Whoa! They've got what you need at the Pine City Freeway Holiday Station Store. Right now, the Pine City Holiday Station Store off 35 has got a quick meal on the go for you. $3 gets you a hot snack or hot dog, chips, and a Polar Pop. $4 for a breakfast sandwich, hash brown, and medium coffee. Or $5 gets you a personal pizza and a 20-ounce Pepsi. Get snacking. Open 24/7, 365. They've got what you need at the Freeway Holiday Station Store in Pine City.
At Burnett Dairy Cooperative, we're more than just your local dairy. We're also a trusted propane provider, serving homes, farms, and businesses across northwestern Wisconsin and east central Minnesota. Whether you need a tank installed or reliable delivery, we're here for you 365 days a year with flexible options that fit your needs. As a farmer-owned cooperative, we're committed to supporting our community because your home and farm deserve the best. Call 715-689-1032 to learn more. Burnett Dairy Propane, serving you with pride every day of the year.
Kettle River Pizza loves supporting all the local teams. And if your team is interested in fundraising, well, they've got you covered. Kettle River Pizza has years of experience in fundraising for local teams, organizations, and clubs, and they would like to help you too. With their experience and the fact that Kettle River Pizza is an easy sell, your fundraiser is bound to be a great success. Visit Kettle River Pizza online and click on their fundraising tab. Kettle River Pizza, a winner every time. Grab a few at your local convenience or grocery store for after the game.
A&W Restaurant Pine City is still making fresh root beer, that signature item since 1919. It's still made fresh and on-site with real cane sugar and a blend of secret ingredients. It doesn't get any better than this. Their world-renowned A&W root beer is a classic treat, and they can top it off with creamy vanilla soft serve to be known as the famous A&W root beer float. Now that's smooth, tasty, and refreshing. An American iconic A&W root beer float. It never tasted so good. A&W Restaurant Pine City. Come grab your root beer float today.
Resetting your password, unsubscribing from emails, printing anything. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your business doesn't have to be one of them, so you can get back to more important things, like learning how that printer works. That's simple human sense.
Contact your local auto owner's agency, Pine Insurance Agency, at pineagency.us today.
A Lennox air source heat pump is a high-efficiency air conditioning unit that can also heat your home or business during the spring and fall. It's more economical than heating with propane. Have Dale's Heating and Appliance install your Lennox air source heat pump. Ask Dale's how you can receive up to $1,000 in rebates for your air source heat pump system. And ductless mini splits also qualify for up to $1,000. Visit dalesheatingandappliance.com. Conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Oh no.
Oh, man.
Don't worry, Hones can fix you up. Hones Auto Body and Glass has 43 years of experience repairing vehicles from accidents and damage due to hail. In fact, they've got a huge state-of-the-art facility in Mora, are iCar and ASC certified, and certified in aluminum repair and welding. Plus, Hones is recommended by many insurance companies. Hones Auto Body and Glass in Mora. Hones, they'll fix you up right.
Yeah, we'll hear more about Hones Auto Body and Glass and more at our Hones Auto Body and Glass halftime. We're getting them out pregame. That's all we're doing. As we take a look at the starting lineups here for both of these teams, they're coming out onto the field. Again, we're at the home of the Johnnies, Clemens Stadium on the University of St. John's here in Collegeville, Minnesota for tonight's Section 5 3A playoff matchup. Semifinals are on Saturday. If Pine City were to win, they'd play the winner of Foley and St. Cloud Apollo on the road at 2 p.m. I want to get, Mac, from you, one or two keys to this game for Pine City to come out with a win.
Key number one is definitely going to be patience. They're going to have to really settle in, let the play work out on offense, and allow it to come to fruition the way that they want it to. As for defense, that's going to be point number two. They gotta be more physical, like we were talking about earlier. They got to come out and set the tone at the start of the game and really lay it out to the other team how they want this game to go in order for it to really unfold the way that they're foreseeing it to happen.
I like it. Yeah, I would agree. I think for Pine City, for me, I think a fast start. I think that's important. I think getting on the board first for them is important because then you set the tone that way. And Pine City, they haven't scored first in very many games in a while. So I think coming out, especially in a playoff game, them setting the tone that way would be huge. And again, I think defensively just coming out, smacking them right in the mouth early on. It will be Brady Cone to boot this one away on our Kettle River Pizza kickoff, and it will be taken in. Oh, it's fumbled and hopped on maybe at the 23. Oh, man, that was, well, almost the worst way you could have started a game.
Got to get the jitters out. Got to get the nervousness out.
It will be ball at the 23, Dragons ball, more importantly. So they do recover the muffed return, does A.J. Austinson, and here comes the Dragons and quarterback Evan Denz. Evan Denz with a phenomenal week last week in Pine City terms because Pine City, well, we don't throw the ball a lot. He threw the ball for 180-plus yards last week. They'll come out with three receivers right, one left. Denz will give it up off the middle to Kalecki. Kalecki off the right side of that line, grinds forward for maybe, that's not a great spot initially by the referee there. They're going to say he didn't get anything. I thought he at least got it. Yeah, we'll give him a yard. So Logan Kalecki with the gain of 1. First carry of the game goes to him. Now again, you'll see a plethora of running backs and receivers get the ball here this evening. Whether it's sweeps, whether it's passes, they will all seemingly touch the ball. As we did not get the offensive starters, only defense, so we'll go through as we see them. Denz will take the snap. He'll throw it out wide to the left here, and that is going to be incomplete. Intended receiver is Grant Sklizacek. That will be incomplete. And with being at St. John's University here, Mac, we get all the things. We get that soundboard working. I love it.
Yeah, apparently Cathedral actually rented out the stadium for tonight. Yeah. So they have had like videos on the Jumbotron. They had a little hype video. They all ran in through an inflatable tunnel on the side with the camera behind them. It was actually really cool. And like you're saying, it just adds that atmosphere. You get everything from a college stadium just for high school football.
I love it. Love it. Gun formation, two receivers on each side for Denz. Behind him is Kalecki. Sends a man in motion left to right. That is Peets. Denz takes the snap. He looks, throws. That one's going to be tipped and knocked down to the turf without any harm. And he had a man, unfortunately. Looked like Daniel Milliman out there, number 14. But that one's going to fall harmlessly to the turf, and Mac, they kind of avoid disaster there.
Yeah, that could have been bad. That could have been real bad. Cathedral players were coming in hot to pick that ball up.
So that will be 4th down and 9 now. Pine City will be forced to punt it away. Looks like number 14, Nick Plant, as well as maybe number 3, I think, Jack Hammock, will be back to return the punt. This one's going to bounce at the 45, then take a Pine City bounce to the other 45. Hammock with the return to the 50, to the 45, and he is knocked out of bounds inside the Dragons. Ooh, really good spot on the placement there. We're going to give him, looks like the 35, 36-yard line. Well, that's where the Crusaders will start with this drive, at the Dragon 35-yard line. So they'll come out. Their quarterback is going to be Henry Schlow, wearing number 1. Schlow will be their quarterback, and as I mentioned, we only got the defensive stars, so we're not real sure who's going to play where, but they give us up the middle to the running back, and he gets a good chunk quickly and then is wrapped up quickly by Landon Ganote. Carry that time by Camden Kroll, number 21. So Camden Kroll on the carry, gain of about 4. I'll make it 2nd down and 6. They'll come up with their quarterback, Schlow, under center. Send a man in motion now, right to left. They'll give it to number 14 off the left sideline. He's got some room, but Braxton Peets gets out there, wraps him up. It'll be a 1st down there for the ball carrier, number 14, Nick Plant. But thankfully, Braxton Peets makes the stop on the Plant carry for about 8-9 yards to the 22-yard line. Give him the gain of 9 there. It'll be a new set of downs for Cathedral on the Dragon 22-yard line. 3 receivers right, 1 left, or 2 left rather, for the quarterback Schlow. Takes the snap. He'll look to his left. That's where he wants to go. Got his running back. He beat everybody. It is a touchdown there to number 3, Jack Hammock. And a quick score there for the Crusaders from 22 yards out.
We talked about setting the tone early on Pine City's end. It's not a good way to do that.
No, not at all. And I think what hurts you a little bit less for Pine City is maybe the fact that, well, they scored quickly. So now they'll get a chance to score themselves. The kick on the PAT is up. It is good. And the Crusaders score on their first drive, only needing to go 35 yards on that drive. So no video replay, but we'll do a drive replay. They went 35 yards in about 3 plays, and it was capped off by that Schlow pass to Jack Hammock for 22 yards. Well, early on we can see that the motivation here for St. Cloud Cathedral is to spread you out. Spread you out, don't allow you to get anything up front, and it looks like they're going to want to, they look like they want to get quick plays that don't take too long to develop.
Yeah, and that one that they just scored on was a good one to note that. It was quick. He came back off the snap and immediately saw his man downfield and was ready to fire.
Be another Kettle River Pizza kickoff. This one spiraling into the hands. I believe that's Pete's over at the 10 to the 20, to the 25, 30, 35, 40, and he's pushed out of bounds. Really good return there by the Pine City Dragons. Braxton Peets all the way up to their own 40-yard line. And as I mentioned before, their special teams has always been really, really good, and it showed there with that return. So this will be the Dragons' second possession of the night. And the first one ended in a punt after only getting 2 yards. I think it was only actually a yard for Kalecki. So here they'll come, 2 receivers left. They'll come out in a offset eye. Dens under center. Dens takes the snap. He'll hand off the right side of the line. That is 20, Samuel Johnson on the carry. No gain for Johnson, and it will bring up 2nd down and 10. And they're going to say he maybe even lost yard. We'll keep him at 0. But, yeah, and I think what I heard from that Pine City sideline is get off the ball. So for the coaches looking at it, they might be seeing Pine City get off the ball a little bit slow.
Yeah. I mean, and you got to be quick. This defense looks like they're coming in hot. They are ready as soon as that ball is snapped.
Dens will take the snap. He'll give off to Kalecki off the left side of the line. He waits for his lineman to get forward. His offensive lineman ran over a defender. That's called a pancake block, ladies and gentlemen, from Nick Stewart. And then Kalecki takes it up past the 40 to the 42, so only a gain of 2 there for Kalecki. And it'll be 3rd down and 8. Now, Mac here for Pine City, another 3rd and long. But it seems like they want to possibly early on develop the run game in this one.
Yeah, and that's an interesting way to set the tone. The run game can be extremely strong if it works out, but sometimes the passing game might be a better way to go about it.
So now we'll see what they do here on 3rd down and 8. 2 receivers left, offset I. Dens will send a man in motion left to right. That's Sklozacek. They will give off to Kalecki off the left side of the line, and that's not doing much. Cathedral is ready. Maybe another gain of 2 there for Kalecki. That'll bring up 4th down and 6. Now, not to question the Dragon play calling there, but on a 3rd and long, I just wonder if they maybe weren't saying let's play field position here with this ball. And if we pop one, we pop them, but let's play more field position. So 4th down and 6, Pine City will get set to punt it away once again. The punt is away. And it will spiral at the 30. He touched it, and that is up for grabs! And, oh, man, I think St. Cloud Cathedral got on top of it. They did. Oh, my goodness. That is the 2nd time we've seen a kick that got muffed and gets recovered by the team who muffed it. So, unfortunately, for Pine City, they won't get on top of that one, and it will be Cathedral ball. Crusaders will start with it at their own 34. Now, for Pine City, again, we talked about playing field position here. Now you've got Cathedral backed up on their own side of the 50. This, for Pine City, feels a little bit better. Now it feels like their defense might be able to settle in, if you will, a little bit more.
Definitely a good opportunity to make a stop here for them.
So the Crusaders will have 2 receivers left, 1 and 2 to the right. Quarterback will take the snap. He'll toss it out wide to the left. He's got some room to run to the 35, cuts it up, and he'll be ran out of bounds by Milliman right at the, I think they're going to give him the 40. They will. Camden Kroll, no, excuse me, that's number 2, Brady Cone. So they will, looks like they will go with a few different running backs here tonight. Anyway, it's a pickup of 6 for the Crusaders. Have 2 receivers right, a bunch of tight ends on the left. They'll man in motion, left to right. Ball is fumbled. Where's that ball? That should be Pine City ball from what I've seen. Are they going to say Crusaders got it? I think they did.
They are.
Oh, my goodness. Well, you know the worst part about them recovering that fumble? They got a first down out of it. They recover the fumble for a first down.
I think we were both a little confused on where the ball went.
Yeah, I was not sure. It looked like someone was running with it. That's what was weird.
Could have taken a weird bounce off the ground.
It really could have. Well, it's either way, it's a 1st down and 10 from the Crusader 45-yard line. 3 receivers right, 1 left. The running back appears to be Kroll. For Schlow. Schlow will take the snap. He looks right. He's got a man deep, but he is going to be under pressure. He is wrapped up, and ooh. He did have a man in the area, so it will be incomplete, but really coming in hot off the edge was Caleb Hogberg looking for the sack, but he forced an incompletion, which may not be as nice as a sack, but hey, it works out.
No gain of yards is positive.
Yes, very much so, as the Crusaders will get the play call here. And now 2nd down and 10 after the incompletion. 2 receivers right, 1 left, tight end on the left side as well. Schlow in the gun. He'll look left. Now looking right. Hogberg in quickly, and he had to get rid of it quickly again. The intended receiver that time was Jack I heard him say it, but I didn't hear it completely. Weirlock? One of the two, but either way, it is incomplete once again. So that'll bring up 3rd down and 10. And now the Dragons have a chance to bring some pressure here.
It seems like they're starting to settle into the new environment that they were placed in for this game.
Yeah, and that's a good point, too, because, you come on a long road trip. You're not sure what you're going to be coming up against. You haven't seen this team all year. Very good point. 3rd down and 10. They'll line up under center. They'll fake the give one way and then roll out the other way. They've got a man deep, and he comes open and dropped it. Luckily enough for the Dragons. It goes through the hands of Jack Hammock, and that one will fall incomplete and bring up a 4th down and 10, 6:35 to go on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. So for Pine City, they catch a break there because that young man Hammock found a way out of that zone coverage.
They had an opportunity to make a good stop and kind of change the way that this game was going. Let's hope they can capitalize on it here on the offensive side.
I believe that's Schlow who will punt it away for the Crusaders on 4th down and 10. Here's the snap to him, and the punt is away. This is going to be more of a line drive punt. Peets will let it roll, and that's going to take a Pine City roll into the end zone for a touchback, and that will make the Dragons start at the 20-yard line.
56-yard punt, no return.
So that one will go into the end zone with 6:27 to go on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Dragons will start with it on their own 20-yard line. Don't forget here, if you're going to be a deer hunter this season, send us a picture of your big buck. Rock Crusher Outdoors is giving away a very nice firearm to the winner. Submit your photos at WCMPradio.com. The winner will be randomly drawn on November 30th. Yeah, the deer season coming up here very shortly. I know a bunch of people who hunt. I do not, just because, well, I get busy with sports. And sports consume everything, and I'm not complaining. Not complaining. I love it. 2 receivers left, 2 right for Pine City. Out of the gun, Den sends a man in motion left to right. That's Peets. And they're going to give it up to Kalecki. Kalecki up the middle. Got a good initial push from his offensive lineman. That was wrapped up quickly, though, after a gain of 2. Initially, Mac, there, I thought Kalecki's going to break this one.
Yeah, he looked like he was coming in with a lot of steam. He got that ball in the backfield, and those legs were pumping. He looked like a freight train coming into that line.
He really did, but unfortunately for him, the Cathedral defense was right there. And one of the things I talked about last week was the line, the offensive defensive line for Pine City. It didn't seem like they got that initial push on each and every play that they could have. Well, here early on, especially on this drive, looks to be better. Trips to the right for Pine City, tight end left. Dens will take the snap. He's got some time back there. Now has to get rid of it. Chucks it up, and that is going to be incomplete. Intended receiver is Grant Sklizacek over there on the far side of the field. It is incomplete. 3rd down and 7 for the Dragons. And I had mentioned to you pregame that, Dens has a pretty good arm on him. Dens is really coming into this quarterback role pretty well. One of the things is with that strong arm is he floats it just a little bit too much. And if he can keep that chin tucked and get it more on a line drive, we could see this offense get really dangerous real quick. And they did say a score. I did not hear it. They'll give it back here to Sam Johnson. He tried to slip a tackle, and if he did, he had the edge, and he had about, the length of the field to run. But instead, he's going to be taken down in the backfield. And I think they're going to say he didn't gain anything. They will say it was Tucker Johnson on the carry, 23.
4th and 7 for the 23.
So no gain there for him. It will be 4th and 7. Another Pine City punt, unfortunately, and this one is away. Nearly blocked. It is high end over end. Going to come in at the 50 and take a Cathedral bounce. And it will be down there by Sam Johnson. Someone leads over Painesville 30-0. Couldn't quite hear who it was. 5 minutes left to hear in this first quarter out at St. John's University. Pine City playing against St. Cloud Cathedral. Cathedral will again have it on Pine City's side of the field at the 45-yard line. And so last drive, Pine City's defense got the stop. The Cathedral offense kind of stopped themselves with an incompletion, but Pine City got the stop they needed. Now here on this drive, we're seeing that Cathedral wants to throw the ball. For Pine City, I feel like they've got to rely heavily now on these defensive backs. And they've got a man wide open. He was not even covered. Wow. Hammock with the catch all the way up to the 27-yard line. Gain of 18 for Jack Hammock. And again, they want to throw this ball here, Mac.
I can see why. Their quarterback seems to have a great field view, and he can get that ball where he wants it to go.
Trips left, for Cathedral. 2 receivers to the right now. Schlo will take the snap. He'll look underneath and intending for his receiver, Brady Kahn. So Kahn was the intended receiver. It comes up just short of him. It's incomplete. 4.5 minutes to go here on that Brace Orthodontic scoreboard in the first quarter. Ball at the Dragon 27-yard line. 2nd down and 10 after the incompletion. So again, Pine City seeming like they want to bring a little bit more pressure and rely on more of the safeties to help out in some man coverage. We'll watch what they do here. They got 3 down linemen do the Dragons. Trips left. Cathedral will take the snap. They're looking, and again, they're looking for that young man, again, Hammock. And, for Pine City, they're lucky that one was incomplete because if he catches that in stride, he might be gone. We've seen Hammock have some good speed, but, for Pine City, what they're trying to do is, I think, bait this quarterback into an interception, but it just doesn't seem like the safeties are getting there in time.
No, their defense is coming in hot, and every single play we're seeing at least 1 or 2 Pine City defensive players in the backfield about to take him out. So it's forcing him to make these quick throws, and it's starting to show.
Schlo will take the snap. He's looking over the middle, rolls out to his right now, trying to tuck it underneath, and that one is incomplete, intended again for Hammock. Great coverage there by Daniel Milliman, getting in there and forcing the incompletion. That'll bring up 4th down and 10. Now, this will be interesting to see what the Crusaders do here. Now, I don't know if they have a kicker that can hit it from this far. It appears no. So they'll probably have to go for it. And this could be big. If you get it, well, that's going to put all momentum on Cathedral side. If Pine City gets it, well, they get the ball back. Trips left once again. 1 receiver on the right, running back behind Schlo. Schlo will take the snap. He's looking to his left. He's got a man over the middle. It's going to be overthrown. Incomplete. The intended receiver was Nick Plant. And that will bring up a turnover on downs for Cathedral. And it will give the ball back to Pine City. So, we've seen 1 touchdown, and then it's been back and forth.
Yeah, punts and receives and turnovers.
Yes. Yeah, it's going to be interesting here for Pine City. We've seen them try and go with a little bit more of the pass on that last drive. It just, right now, it seems like they're not getting the protection up front that they should to get these pass plays set up. They're not getting the time to allow these pass plays to set up. 4:13 to go. Pine City starts from their own 27-yard line. Den's under center, trips right. 1 man to the left. Lone running back behind him. He'll toss it out wide to the right, and Sam Johnson fumbled it. Did not look in the ball, and he'll be back to the 18-yard line. Oh, my goodness.
I was going to say earlier, this isn't the worst place for St. Cloud Cathedral to turn the ball over. And it just got better for them.
Yeah, it did, and you're right. It wouldn't be the worst place because you're still forcing Pine City to drive the field. But we've seen this last week with Pine City where, unfortunately, they had a few toss plays like that where they just didn't look in the ball. And I know as a running back, it is hard because you want to get that ball. You want to turn your attention upfield. You want to find the lane to run through. But the most important thing is to look that ball in. Receiver, running back, doesn't matter. Because now you set yourselves back on 2nd and extra long. This will be a jet sweep here, and not much doing on that one. Maybe a gain of 2 to the receiver, Bo Heggie.
3rd and long.
Not at all what Pine City wanted to be in here. So, and I wanted to say, momentum swung a little bit in Pine City's favor because of the turnover on downs, but you lose that much on one play. I don't want to say the drive is completely over because we've seen big gains happen. But with the way this one's kind of going here tonight, it almost felt like that immediately kind of killed the drive.
Yeah, and after that momentum switch on the turnover, you would think, like you said, that they would be able to take it and run with it, but just has not come to fruition yet.
We'll send a man in motion right to left. That'll be Pete. They'll get him on the jet sweep. He's in the backfield and wrapped up. Still not down, but there he goes. all the way back to the 15. Loss of 5 for Braxton Peets. And
they need a big punt here.
Yeah, that would really help. It just, it's unfortunate. This offense just can't seem to get anything going right now. Cathedral will take a timeout here. Their coach talking to the referee about something pretty adamantly. We can't hear what's going on down there, so not real sure what he's questioning.
He doesn't look happy.
No, he certainly doesn't. I'm wondering what he's questioning, or what he has. The head ref is kind of threw his arms up as if to say, I don't know.
Yeah.
What would you like? And we're not talking about the head coach for St. Cloud Cathedral at all. We're just trying to figure out what he is asking or talking about to the head referee, because he's pretty adamant about it. And a lot of times when a coach is that adamant about it, either there was a missed call they felt like on the field, there was something they feel like that didn't go their team's way. So now for Pine City, we talked about it before in the pregame. It's going to come down to relying on their defense here on this drive specifically, because if you can stop the Crusaders on this next drive, man, you've got to feel good. And this will be a good punt over the head of the returner. Oh, and then it's going to take a Cathedral bounce left and right, up and down, and eventually stop at the Pine City 44. So it winds up being a pretty decent punt there, as he was punting nearly from his own goal line. He gets it to the 44-yard line, 2:32 to go. That's where Cathedral will take over. Another punt here in this one. And it will be Cathedral ball, starting on the Dragons' 44-yard line with 2:32 to go in the first quarter on that Embrace Orthodontic scoreboard. By the way, over in Bram, the Bombers lead over Ely 46-0. Not sure if that game has ended or if it's in the fourth. I'm assuming it's in the fourth, as that one did start at 6. But here we go. Schlow will line up in the gun. He'll have an empty set. Now 3 receivers left, 2 right. He'll take the snap, a low snap. He'll look to his right. He's going to look to go deep. This one is, through the hands of the intended receiver, Nick Plant. A.J. Austinson on the cover. And Mac right there. A.J. Austinson actually had good coverage. He just took his eyes off the receiver a little bit too soon.
Yeah, he had the intention of getting the ball. He wanted to set the tone with a big interception there. He had the chance to do it, but he just needed better coverage.
And he did have this. We'll be fair. He did have decent coverage. I just feel like if he would have kept his eyes on the receiver for one more step, that probably would have been a pick. Empty set again here for Schlow. 2 receivers right, 2 or 3 to the left. He'll take the snap. Look over to the right. He's going to try and chuck it deep this time. Austinson is beat, and that's going to be pass interference. And it will put the ball 15 yards from the 44 to the 29.
Again, really good coverage.
I don't mean to laugh. One of the videos they got for a penalty is the priest waving his fingers as if to say, no, no, no. You got to love being at a college stadium.
I was going to say, I do enjoy watching them. They have some funny ones that they play in between.
They do. Well, that'll be pass interference, 15-yard penalties. Ball will be it's a 15-yard penalty, I do believe. It'll be spotted at 29. Yeah, okay. Pine City just wasn't sure where it was going to be set. And that's, again, unfortunate coverage was good there by Austinson. He just, that time, didn't get his head around.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was going to say.
So, again, empty set for Schlow. 2 receivers right, 3 to the left. Crusaders going left to right on your radio dial. Schlow will take the snap. He's wanting to go underneath. Now he wants to go up top.
Pressure.
He's under some pressure. Gets out of there, up the middle. He's really got no one to contend with. Now he cuts it back at the 15, wrapped up and taken down and around the 13-yard line. They'll spot him at the 14, a gain of 15 nonetheless for the quarterback, Schlow. Henry Schlow there for 15 yards. That's a backbreaker for Pine City because, well, they had him hemmed in. And you mentioned it, they seem to be getting good pressure on him. And now it just seems like they've told this quarterback, hey, if you see pressure coming from the outside, step up, take it. So now they'll come out with more of a bunch tight end set left, 2 receivers right. They'll send a man in motion left to right. They'll give it off to that running back back there, and he is absolutely smushed back there in the backfield. Down the tackle is Landon Ganote, and we got a flag. Mac, did you see maybe an excessive celebration on that one? Maybe a little unsportsmanlike? Is that what they're talking about here?
I'm assuming so. It looks like he may have said something to him.
Now, Ganote's getting pulled to the sideline. Yeah, they're not. We'll see what the call is. We'll wait. Yep, that is on Ganote. Well, that's unfortunate because that tackle was about 6 yards behind the line of scrimmage. They absolutely walloped him. The play won't even matter now because it's going to be an unsportsmanlike. Looks like half the distance to the goal, about at the 9. Yeah, it looks like a 10-yard penalty, actually. So, unsportsmanlike conduct, 10-yard penalty. Well, that is a... So now I can hear that.
Third down, right?
Yep. So they're saying it is third down. The Cathedral coach not happy about it because he said it should be second down because the penalty. Well, the penalty happened after the play, and if anything is after the play, unless it gives you a first down, it is going to be the down counts.
Showing some frustration with that one. He's not happy.
What? What? Well, now they're going to switch it to second.
Bit of confusion.
Yeah, not real sure why they switched it back to second. If it's after the play, it should be third. Yeah, anyways, we'll let the referees do their job. Schlo will take the roll out. He'll roll to his right, and he's got a man. Ah, man, Pete's. That's Hammock with the 9-yard receiving touchdown, but, man, Braxton Pete's was trailing him, and it just looks like right now, just looks like Pine City's just a step behind.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, what do you think they got to do to turn the momentum around here in the last minute 15 we have in the first quarter?
You know, that's really tough to say because right now Pine City has done some good things to turn that momentum around. The PAT is up and good, so that'll make it 14-0. But Pine City has done some good things, but I think one of the biggest things is don't shoot yourselves in the foot. Right now it seems like they're making too many mental mistakes, whether it's offense, defense, penalty-wise. They need to stop the mental mistakes. They need to realize that you can't get all 14 back in one. So you need to, the mental mistakes, the mental errors, you gotta correct those. Obviously, you're gonna have mistakes in a game, but make sure those are cleaned up. And then I think just get a drive together. Get a drive together. You don't have to necessarily, I mean, you want to go score, but you don't necessarily have to score. Just put a drive together that gets into Cathedral territory, go down deep in their territory, take a lot of time off the clock, get some points on the board, and make that defense stay out there. Give your defense a rest. I think that would be my opinion. How about you? What do you think they need to do?
I think they just need to stop making mistakes when they do something good. They get a great turnover stop to change the momentum there, and then they just immediately give the ball right back to him.
This will be more of a squib kick, and oh no, he was on his knees, unfortunately. So, yeah, the return by Bo Heggie won't go far. He brought it in on his knees they'll give him the 30. But that's unfortunate for Bo Heggie because he had a little bit of room to run. Well, maybe not got a ton, but he would have, I thought he had at least 10 yards to run. So, but he did take in the ball with his knees touching the ground, and it's not like pros. You can't, your knees can't touch, and then you can come up. Nope, yeah, you are down once your knee touches. So it'll be first down and 10 from the Pine City 30-yard line with 1:13 to go. They trail on that Embrace Orthodontic scoreboard 14-0 now. I was looking at the time. 13. Nope, the actual score's above it there, Ethan. 14-0. Cathedral, the number 2 seed. Pine City, the number 7 seed. Here come the Dragons to the line of scrimmage. 2 receivers right. Now we're going to get a timeout here for Pine City, and yeah, they looked confused there as they were trying to get lined up. That didn't look the cleanest with them trying to line up. And Mac, I'll ask you, when you have a situation like that happen, it already seems like, oh boy, they're already mentally kind of falling behind.
Yeah, and you can't have that happen in the first quarter. You got to stay mentally strong. You can't look back on those past mistakes. Sure, you're down now, but you've got a lot of football left to play, and I think that might be what the coach is telling them right now in that huddle.
Yeah, certainly. And again, you're still in the first quarter. You're down 14-0. You've got 3 quarters now to go score 14 points. This team has scored plenty this year. They've scored now in 4 straight games. They can put together a scoring drive. We've seen them. I think right now it's just a matter of this might just, it could just be it's the first quarter of a playoff game. And again, we talked about it. They are obviously coming in with some confidence knowing they're a better team than what they were, but I think they're just maybe overthinking it a little too much right now. So after the timeout, Pine City comes to the line of scrimmage at the 30. This time they'll line up in the pistol. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Pine City going right to left on your radio dial. Braxton Pete's in motion, left to right. They'll fake it to him. Dens taking a deep shot, and back shoulder catch by A.J. Austinson inside Cathedral territory to the 42-yard line. Are they going to say it's a catch?
Or is that an interception?
Well, Cathedral's cheering. Nope, it's Pine City ball.
Pine City ball.
I was going to say, I believe it's like baseball, dual possession. It's to the receiver.
Yep.
So, yeah, that's a wow.
If he didn't come down with that, might have been a pass interference call there.
Yeah, it was close, but I think what happened is Austinson came down with the ball, then the defender got his hands in there, but as long as it's dual possession coming to the ground, I believe it goes to the receiver. Either way, it's a big pass play of nearly 30 yards, 28 yards on that pass to A.J. Austinson.
The timeout was well used there.
That is going to be something that we're going to talk about that may not be talked about as a momentum shifter to the timeout. But this a give off the left side of the line to Sam Johnson. Nothing doing that time. In fact, he loses one. But a big pass play. We talked about it. Dens has an arm. Showed it off there.
Yes, he did. And what a great job on that receiver to come down with the ball and make that play with that dual possession like you were talking about.
Yeah, and that is hard to do because he had to kind of come back to the ball, turn his body, contort, and still make. Now, let's give credit to the defender, too. He did a really good job to kind of get in there and have dual possession as well.
This is great coverage.
That will do it for the first quarter of play here at St. John's University, where the Dragons trail the St. Cloud Cathedral Crusaders 14-0. We'll be back after word from our fine sponsors. Also, Project Food Shelf. Don't forget our annual Project Food Shelf happens Friday, November 1st and Saturday, November 2nd at Daggett's Fresh Foods in Hinckley. We're packing up bags of Thanksgiving food to donate to the Pine City and Sandstone food shelves. Help us help others. Stop into Daggett's next weekend and purchase a bag of pre-packed goodies, and we'll deliver them to either the Sandstone or Pine City food shelves. Monetary donations are also welcome. Back after a commercial break.
Rush City Auto invites you to come on in and check out their full lot of quality used vehicles. They got a car or truck for any size budget. Get your next vehicle from a local dealer with a great reputation. Rush City Auto wants to get you into a vehicle that you will love at a price you can afford. For more information, visit them online at rushcityauto.com and make sure you like Rush City Auto on Facebook to stay up to date with their inventory. Rush City Auto, quality used vehicles. rushcityauto.com.
Back here on WCMP Anthem Country 106.5 FM AM 1350. Getting a look at some of our other games going on our local radio stations over on 100.9 FM. It was Bram taking on Ely. Looks like they won 46-0 over there. We'll try and get you up to date on the KBK game. Mora and Malacca. Malacca had the lead there in that one early on. Looks like they're at the Hones Auto Body and Glass halftime. It is 21-0 Malacca. That's a little bit of a surprise. You know, not just because I thought Mora was this or that. Mora has home field advantage. When you're going to play in Mora, it's not easy. Start of the second quarter, Dens will take the QB keeper up off the left side line. Nothing really doing. That's a good tackle there by the linebacker, number 44, John Hughes. It's a gain of about 2 for Evan Dens.
A gain is a gain.
And that's it, too. I think for Pine City, as long as you're gaining positive yardage at this point, I think you're going to be pretty happy.
That builds into what you were saying, how they just need to build up a couple drives to start that train going on the tracks, to really head it home.
And they got that chunk play on the pass, too, which helped. 2 receivers left. Dens in the gun, pistol. They'll send a man out wide right. That's Austinson. May they try and go him deep again. Dens will take the snap. He'll look that way. He's going to chuck it up again. That's a little bit of a double coverage. Incomplete. Will they get a PI here now? You know, to be fair, Ossenson almost caught that off the deflection.
He almost came down with it. He was dancing it on his fingertips.
He was. Now, I think we might get PI on Cathedral. Well, Cathedral's lining up down there as if they did. Yep, they will. So he said pass interference offense, but he meant to say defense. He said 19 offense, which Pine City doesn't have 19 on offense. Cathedral has the 19 on defense. So
the Cathedral fans were letting the ref hear that as well.
They were trying to help him out. They were just trying to be nice. Hey, don't forget that's supposed to go the other way if that's the truth. 3 receivers left, 1 right for Pine City. Lone running back behind Dens in the gun. Dens takes the snap. They wanted the quick play. Now we got a flag. False start here, Pine City.
The minister came on shaking his finger again.
He did. You know, and that's something that Pine City has struggled with this year, too. They'll get a big chunk play or they'll get a big play to happen. They'll be in enemy territory, and then they'll get a penalty that sets them back. And unfortunately, hopefully this isn't a drive killer, but up to this point, it seems like it has been. So when you get a penalty like that after a drive that they're having, I mean, what do you do to try and get back on track?
You got to keep trying to keep that team morale up. When you come back in those huddles, it's a mental game. You got to keep that morale up. It's almost like they're snuffing out the fire as soon as it starts.
1st and 15. They'll toss it out wide to the right, and Kalecki does not get on it. It's a fumble recovered by the Crusaders. Well, that is unfortunate because, again, a toss play that wound up not going the way the Dragons had hoped.
Catch the ball first.
Yeah, unfortunately, that is tough. Maybe you have to go away from the toss plays a little bit if you're Pine City. Well, it'll be 1st down and 10 for the Crusaders at their own 33-yard line, 11:01 to go. They'll give it up the middle this time. Got some room to run to the 35, 36. Grinds his way down to the 37. Oh, man. I don't know about you, Mac. I thought the whistle came after the ball came out.
I thought it did, too. Ball came out, and then they called it dead. That's a tough call.
That really is. It'll be up to the 37. Gain of about 4. Man. Yeah, I thought I seen ball out, then whistle, but
I would agree with you on that.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Well, they'll line up under center. Will Schlow. Receiver left, 1 right. Cathedral will now go right to left on your radio dial. They're going to try and chuck it deep. This is underthrown. Braxton Peets with the interception at the 40. Brings it up near the 50, past the 45. And Braxton Peets gets it right back for Pine City.
They lit the fire. They just can't snuff it out now.
Yes. And you know, that one by Schlow, just simply a mistake there on that one. Just underthrew his receiver. Didn't give him a chance to try and fight for it, really. And for Schlow, that's kind of the first really bad throw we've seen from him all night.
Yeah, it looks like he got a little bit of float under that one, like you were talking about the Pine City quarterback having an issue with. And that's what it could turn into.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's had darty passes all night, and he just gets a little bit of fluff under it, and Pine City punishes him for it.
Well, and you mentioned the pressure Pine City was getting on him. It affected him there. There were 3 defenders for Pine City in the backfield, so got to imagine that played a factor too. Dens will line up in the gun, 3 receivers left, 1 right. Pine City going left to right on your radio dial here in the second quarter. Oh, Pine City got away with one. Dens will be wrapped up in the backfield. Kalecki got off to an early start, and the referee didn't catch it. It won't matter because Dens goes back about 5 yards on the I expect quarterback sweep keeper. He goes back 5 yards, so it won't matter. It's a 5-yard loss either way. But, yeah, Kalecki started and stopped there on that one.
He turned his head right to a yellow helmet.
Yep. It'll be back behind the 45 now at the 43 of Pine City. Ball was at the 48. 3 receivers left, 1 right. Glecki in the backfield. Dens will screen pass out here to the left side. Can't quite see that's Derek Kinn, who will get the 5 yards they lost back on that catch, and that will be it 3rd down and 10.
He almost had a lot of room there.
He almost did, and that's a good point. Almost. Only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades, my friend. But no, they did a really good job of blocking that up at first. But if they can hold on to those blocks maybe just a second longer, we might be talking about Kinn still running. So 3rd down and 10 at the 48-yard line on the Dragons side of the 50. Under 9 minutes to go here in the first half. Dragons come out, 3 receivers right, 1 left. Dens in the gun, Kalecki behind him. Dens will take the snap. He's under a ton of pressure. He's got nowhere to go. Not real sure what the play was supposed to be there, but it is going to go back again. Another big loss to the 43, about a 5-yard loss. I'm going to say it's 8. I think it's less than that, but either way, they will be sacked for minus 5 yards and be 4th down and 15. Pine City will be forced to punt it away. Here's the punt. That's a good punt. That'll change field position, and it's going to bounce. It will take a Pine City bounce inside the 10 and inside the 5, and what a punt there by Till Shanzi.
That was what they needed, I think.
You talked about that interception getting the momentum. What about a punt? What a punt there.
That was long.
That was the best punt of the night for Pine City. And you don't talk about punts being a momentum shifter, but that just might be what that one was.
Managing to keep it that close without rolling into their end zone, that's a thing of beauty.
It really is. It really is. So now for Pine City, their defense has a terrific opportunity to either not only get on the board with a safety, also try and force them to punt from their own end zone. Pine City's defense, I think we might see them come with some heat. They're going to line up with the single back. They're going to give it to him. He's got some room to run off the right side of the line. He gets to the 6-yard line, so gain of 4. Camden Kroll, gain of 4. 2nd down and 6 for the Crusaders inside their own 10-yard line. Daniel Milliman made the stop there, and Dragons. This has been kind of a weird game. It really doesn't feel like it's 14-0. It really feels like we're tied almost. Been kind of the way this one has gone. It's just we haven't, other than the 2 scores that Cathedral have had, it's felt even, really.
I would agree with you.
Low snap. That one's in the end zone. If anything, that's got to be a safety. That's either.
It looked like he threw it away.
That's intentional grounding, or he recovered it in the end zone. That's a safety no matter what. No way they're going to call him down at the 1. No, they are. It's a safety. So that snap was low to Schlow. He recovered it in the end zone for a safety. Well, they get on the board with 2. Hey, as long as you can get on the board. Well, all of a sudden, we've seen momentum shift the other direction.
Are the wheels on the steam engine starting to pump for Pine City right now?
'Tis the way it seems. My goodness. It's not conventional the way they've done it, but they're getting on the board. Starting November 4th, Cool Country WCMP will be giving away turkeys. It's our annual Gobble Gobble giveaway. Listen and win. Visit WCMPradio.com and click on the contest tab for more information. Also, don't forget, in about 7 minutes, 19 seconds, we'll have our Hones Auto Body and Glass halftime report. Stay tuned for that. Now, again, we don't have video replay, but the Rush City Auto replay of that drive. 2 plays in the end zone. A snap was recovered by the Crusader quarterback Schlow for a safety after a 6-yard gain by the running back, and it was all due to that Till Shanzi, or Shanz, I apologize if I'm pronouncing that wrong, punt from Pine City, backing the Crusaders up to their own 2. So now we'll see the after safety kickoff from the Crusaders 20, and it will be taken in at the 35 by Pine City. That is A.J. Austinson cutting it out to the right side, cuts it back, spin move at the 50, gets inside to Cathedral territory, down at the 47.
Starting to put the pressure on here from the Pine City Dragons.
And looking at the drives, 7 for Pine City, 6 for Cathedral. A lot of drives here in this first half, but we've also seen a lot of quick drives. 1, 2, 3 out, punts, fumbles, turnovers. We've seen it all here tonight, and Pine City's still in it, down only by 12. So they'll come out, 2 receivers on each side of the formation. Dens will go under center. Looks like Kalecki is behind him, the lone back. Well, that's unfortunate. Everyone moved but the center. You could have gotten anyone for Pine City on that one, and it would have been the correct call. It'll be a false start on Pine City. Back them up 5. That's what we've mentioned before, Mac. They seem to get one good play, take one step back.
They're snuffing out the fire that they're building before it can really develop.
So they'll come back out here 1st and 15 instead of the 1st down and 10. Now back on their own side of the 50. 3 receivers left, 1 right. Kalecki behind Dens in the pistol. Dens will take the snap. He'll look for that receiver screen. There's nothing there. Take it, young man. He had some room. Oh, man. Had he broken that tackle, there was room off the right side of the line. He would have been still running. Oh, man. I know the play was the receiver screen to the left, and Dens, that's the play call. That's where you want to go. But, man, had he looked, even glanced to his right, he was gone. That line had blocked it beautifully. There was no one on the right side of the field. But instead, it winds up being a loss of 2 for Evan Dens. Well, less than ideal there, especially after you get the return onto the Crusaders' own side of the 50. Now you back yourselves up 7 yards on 2 plays. 2 receivers each side. Dens will take the snap. Looking left, that ball is batted down, incomplete. And it'll be 3rd and 17. 14-2, Pine City trails on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. It's 3rd and 17 for Pine City. For Pine City, I think they need to start telling Dens, hey, if it's not there, check the other side of the field, run.
He needs his head on a swivel.
Because you said it, there seems to be some open areas for him to run. Now, I understand it, though. Pine City's trying to get these quick passes to try and get their offense going. But, man, Dens has seemingly had some room to run. And now we're going to get another flag. And the stop in the play, this one looks like it'll probably be on Pine City again. And it will be another false start penalty. That's their 5th penalty here of the first half. 40 penalty yards on 5 penalties on the Dragons. It'll be 3rd, and as the Dragon faithful know, a country mile. We know what a country mile is, and this is comparatively to a football field, it's close enough.
Yeah. Going back to what you were saying about the quick screen passes, it seems like Cathedral is all over them, and they just can't quite get it out of the hands. On the play before, they had a defensive man fly through with his hands up, and then they tried to do almost the same screen pass, and it gets batted down. Going to be a good run. Not enough, though.
Dens gets it back up to about the 47. Got back what he lost, gain of 5 on from the penalty. So it'll be 4th and long as well, and they'll have to punt it away. But here comes Shanzi again. And we remember last time he was out there punting.
It was about this distance, wasn't it?
I think so. Do it again, young man. 5.5 minutes to go. Here's the punt. More of a line drive. This time the returner for St. Cloud Cathedral, he's going to go after it. He's got some moves, makes a man miss at the 20, and then he's wrapped up just past the 25 at about the 27. Jack Hammock on the return. Milliman with another tackle. But again, for Pine City's defense, they don't have to defend a short field now. Cathedral's starting on their own 23-yard line. So for Pine City's defense, although you don't want to have them back out there so quickly, at least you have a whole field to work with. So yet another punt here for Pine City. A good one, though, as the Crusaders will start from their own 23-yard line. Just under 5.5 minutes to go in the first half. Schlow under center, gives it up the middle, and there is Evan Denz in the backfield. Not allowing that running back anywhere to run. Camden Kroll, nothing doing on that one. 2nd down and 10. Landing a note in there on the stop as well. Hey, interesting first half to say the least. We just haven't really seen a game flow per se. There just hasn't been a good game flow for either side. As the Crusaders will come out, lone running back with a receiver on each side of the formation. They'll toss out wide to the right. Excuse me, that's the left side of the line. Got to go back to kindergarten, learn my left from my right, but the running back takes it up past the 30 before he is slammed down by Logan Kalecki at the 34-yard line. Gain of 11 for Nick Plant.
Slammed was a good word for that one. That was a big hit.
That is Logan Kalecki. He is a big hitter. Four and a half minutes to go. 1st down and 10 for the Crusaders at their own 34-yard line. Again, single back, receiver on each side of the formation. And, well, that's going to be another penalty on Pine City. Offsides. Free 5 yards for the Crusaders. Ooh. They're going to actually talk about this. Well, on something that... Oh! So there was a false start that apparently drew Pine City offsides. Interesting. Mac, what'd you see there?
I saw almost all of Pine City's line jump. And then them touch one of the Cathedral players and him slowly fall back.
Now I wonder, because we can't quite see the ball that well, I wonder if there wasn't a snap. Maybe the twitch of the ball by the center, maybe that could be why too. So it'll be 1st and 15 now for Cathedral. 3 receivers left, 2 right. Schlow will roll out to his right. He's got room to run if he wants. He's instead going to chuck it underneath to number 9. Caught it at the 40 to the 45, and he picks it up to the 48-yard line. That was caught by number 9, Jack Nealons. Up to the 48-yard line. Big pickup there of about 19. And it'll make it 1st down and 10 on their own side of the 50 at the 48-yard line. 3.5 minutes to go on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard here in the first half. Pine City trails 14-2. 2 receivers each side. Running back behind Schlow in the pistol. Schlow takes the snap. Looks to his right. It's a running back screen. And Derek Kinn is there in the backfield. Nowhere to go for the running back. He goes all the way back to the 41. It's a loss of 7 on the attempted running back screen.
We've talked about it tonight. Pine City has had impeccable pressure on the passes. There was 3 defensive men running at their quarterback in the backfield there.
What a good play by Pine City. Defending that screenplay. You seen the one defender get through, go after the quarterback, then you seen the other defender notice the screen, got out there and waited for the running back to catch it before taking him down. That was a smart play there by Kinn. 2nd and 17. Schlow will take the snap. He's going to roll out to his right now and notices he's got some room and is going to take off with it. Denz will give him a little shove out of bounds, and I don't think that he was out of bounds before he gave that shoulder. Denz a very smart player. I don't think he was out of bounds before he shouldered him out. Doesn't look like it. You would know. Quarterbacks, a lot of times, they'll say, hey, excuse me, sir, referee, I was hit out of bounds. Not the case that time as he gets it up to the Dragons' 49-yard line. Gain of about 10 there for Schlow. And it'll be 3rd down and 7. So for Pine City, not ideal there, but they went back into coverage, and I was wondering when they were going to allow Schlow to start running with it, and it's right there. So They'll spread them out again. They'll go 5 wide, and Pine City's got to be aware of the quarterback run now. Man in motion right to left, and now we get a timeout called here by the Crusaders. 14-2 is our score. And with that, we'll give you a look at, again, don't forget, our Big Buck Contest is back. And if you're going to be deer hunting this season, send us a picture of your big buck. Rock Crusher Outdoors is giving away a very nice firearm to the winner. Submit your photos at WCMPradio.com. The winner will be randomly drawn November 30th. Taking a look at some of the other games, as we mentioned, Bram got the victory over Ely 46-0. Wow, Wolves over Mora right now. The Malacca Wolves over Mora Mustangs 28-0. I thought that was going to be a much more even game than what it has turned out to be, but Malacca absolutely putting it on the Mustangs right now. 2:25 to go. Crusaders took the most recent timeout. 3rd down and 7. The ball is on the Dragons' 49-yard line. Nathan Game Day Gilman, Mac Nelson out here at Clemens Stadium at St. John's University, home of the Johnnies. 3rd down and 7. 3 receivers left, 2 right. Schlo will take the snap. Got someone over the middle, and this is going to be close. They're not going to throw the flag, which I think is a good call. Now, if that's in the NFL, that's a flag. That's a flag. We'll see a flag on that every single Sunday. But I think the receiver more or less got into Milliman. Milliman was more or less defending his ground. I don't know. What did you see there, Mac?
I'm going to say the same thing that you saw. He turned, he was covering his ground. The receiver kind of jumped into him up there, and yeah, that's a good call not to throw a flag on that one.
I like that. No call. And it'll be 4th and 7. Crusaders will obviously go for it in kind of no man's land here. 3 receivers left, 2 to the right. Slow in the gun. Will he try and take off here? Tried to go hard count. Pine City not buying it, and he's going to get rid of it quickly. It's dropped. And now is that enough for a fumble? No, they're going to call it incomplete. Well, incomplete fumble. Either way, it's Pine City's ball. Good throw by Schlo. The catch there by Nellens. Just couldn't hold on to it. Well, here we go. Pine City's now going to have it with 2:15 to go. And Mac, I know you said you've been watching film. One thing that we've noticed a little bit here this season with Pine City is their 2-minute offense is pretty good.
They like to come out and play the quick plays. It's almost like they like being under a time crunch, if that makes sense.
It kind of seems like it sometimes. And will they be more effective here? We'll have to wait and see. 2 receivers on each side of the formation. Dens will go under center. Single back behind him is Logan Kalecki. Ball on their own 49-yard line. Dens quickly up the middle on the quarterback sneak. You never see a quarterback that many yards on a quarterback sneak. It's rare. It's going to be a gain of 5 for Dens. That'll make it 2nd down and just as much. Clock ticking under 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Ball on the Crusader 46-yard line. Beautiful night for football, Mac. Just gorgeous out here on the campus of St. John's.
Gorgeous stadium to add to that. It is insane out here.
I might have to come back out here and watch a game before the season's over.
Yeah.
3 receivers right. Looks like a tight end. Might be on the left side of the line. They'll throw it behind the line to Braxton Peace. Braxton Peace got nowhere to go. Make it back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. No gain. They tried to set up the receiver screen once again, but nothing doing on that one. No gain. And we have a player down. That is Braxton Peets, who is a little slow to get up. He got up, got back to the huddle, and then went down. So hopefully, never want to see anybody get hurt. Hopefully he's all right. We're going to take a commercial break. Make sure he's all right. We'll be back after word from our fine sponsors.
I can tell you how much fun we had at Nature Ventures in Mora, but why don't I let them tell you?
I love the giant hay structures. Oh, the corn pit is fun. I love the hay rides. And all the animals. Pumpkins!
I liked watching you kids play in nature.
The Pumpkin Patch with so much more. Nature Ventures, getting families together in nature. Just 5 miles southeast of Mora. Open Fridays noon to 6, Saturdays and Sundays 10 to 6. Sign up now for their Trunk or Treat contest, October 27th. Visit Nature Ventures on Facebook.
maybe just got the wind knocked out of him. We'll hope for the best. Again, never want to see anybody hurt, but Peets was able to get up and jog off to the sidelines. But this will bring up 3rd down and 5 after he caught the pass, got back to the line of scrimmage, but that was it. And they will run the clock after the quick injury timeout. 1:03 to go. And running. 2 receivers each side of the formation. Den's under center, Kolecki behind him. Pine City does not seem to have the urgency you'd like, maybe. So give it to Kolecki. Nothing doing. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, maybe. And nothing. Now, for Pine City, they do not get the ball to start the second half. So it will be St. Cloud Cathedral. I wonder if this is more of a case of where Pine City's saying, we trust our defense enough to come out and make the stop. We want to go in the half and just course correct offensively. We're not going to do anything crazy offensively. We're going to run out the rest of this clock, and we're going to absolutely come out different in the second half. I believe we're going to get a final timeout here by, actually a Pine City timeout. So it will not be a final timeout for Cathedral. Instead, it will be the second by Pine City. But continuing on for what Pine City needs to do here, with 10 seconds left, obviously this is going to be the final play. They'll probably just try and run around for the rest of 10 seconds, either go down or throw it away as much as they can. But I feel like this is more of a case of they don't want to, 1, get more injuries. 2, I think they see some things they want to work on and completely change the direction of what they want their offense to do. Mac, what do you think here? Because, again, 10 seconds left, they're probably not going to score.
They're probably not. If they could go for something big here, and they could try and make it down all the way downfield, and that would be huge for them going into the second half, especially not starting with the ball. But I think they're just, like you said, going to try and run out the time. And they're going to try and go to the locker room at halftime. And like you said, try and kind of rework their offensive play calling that they're working with right now.
Yeah, I think, again, they obviously don't want to give the ball back to St. Cloud Cathedral, but this game has just been, there's something off about it for both teams. There's just some not quite running right. But we'll see the adjustments at half, and oh no, we're going to get a flag. This looks like a false start. Yep.
False start called against the Dragons.
High-route penalty, 4th down and 10. 6th penalty now for 45 yards. Well, for Pine City, the receiver on this near side. So Annandale leads Spectrum right now, 28-6. So they want to get the 10 seconds back on the clock because technically the play never started. So they get those 10 seconds back on there. So Annandale in the section leading Spectrum, 28-6. Annandale, the true number 1 seed. Here we go, 4th down and 10, Pine City, 10 seconds to go. We'll see what they try and do. Maybe we'll see the old Moss hook and ladder. Why not? They'll throw it out to Austinson, near side. Oh, if he actually just took it upfield, he would have had the first down. Well, he's still going to have the first down. Time will, they got to stop the clock. There needs to be 2 more seconds on the clock. A.J. Austinson gets it up to, well, okay, we got 1 ref on the 40, on the 39, 1 ref on the 40. They're going to spot it at the 40. So it will be a gain of 11. Gain of 11 there for A.J. Austinson. And we're having a discussion on the far side of the field. There should be 2 seconds left on the clock. Mac, did you see that as well, or am I maybe just looking at something wrong?
No, I looked at the clock immediately after they blew the whistle, called the play dead. There was 2 seconds on the clock, so it should be put back up there. Both teams are out there. Both teams are expecting it to come. It's just not quite happening yet. Oh, there's a flag on the play.
There is a flag back there. Well, erase the play.
Holding called on the Dragons on that last drive.
That'll back them up 10. And I think this is what they wanted to avoid.
Yeah.
And they'll be backed up to their own 39. If I'm Pine City right here, probably just going to kneel it, call the half.
Just don't give it over.
Yeah, just don't give Cathedral something they can take back to the house. So now we got whistles.
More referees meeting up.
Yeah, I think Cathedral's noticing there's 0 seconds on the clock, but there should have been 1 or 2 seconds on the clock.
Yes.
So, well, here comes the head referee. Yeah, he's saying, I can't tell if that's 1 or 2 that he's got on his finger. Looks like 1. So he's saying 1 second, so 1 play. They really don't need the... And then they're going to run the clock?
So now it's going to halftime.
All right, well, that was interesting. They wanted the 1 second on there because it ended the play with 1 second, but then they're going to run the clock. Probably should have just let the teams go at that point. Either way, we will go to halftime. The Dragons trail the Crusaders here at halftime, 14-2. It's a weird-looking score. It's been a weird feeling first half. But we'll be back after a word from our fine sponsors here, and then we'll be back for the Hones Auto Body and Glass halftime report. Dragons trail on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard, 14-2 against the St. Cloud Cathedral Crusaders. Back after a word from our fine sponsors here on Anthem Country, 106.5 FM, AM 1350, WCMP.
And here's the pitch.
Here's the pitch. The premier indoor batting cages in North Branch. Whether you're trying to make the team or take the team to the next level, Here's the Pitch has state-of-the-art pitching machines for both baseball and fast-pitch softball. $35 gets you cage time with your own pitcher. $40 gets you cage time using one of their top-tier pitching machines. Screens, plates, helmets, they've got the equipment, you provide the batter. Find Here's the Pitch on Facebook or visit here'sthepitchmn.com. here'sthepitchmn.com.
October is College Knowledge Month at Pine Technical and Community College. The whole month, PTCC will be providing a variety of events for future students to join us on campus and virtually. Stop in for a visit to learn more about scholarship opportunities, meet the admissions team, and tour campus, student housing, and the brand new Recreation Center. Everyone is welcome. Learn more at pine.edu/visit to schedule a visit. Whether you're starting out or starting over, Pine Technical and Community College.
Need reliable energy? Burnett Dairy Cooperative has you covered with top quality propane services. Whether you're heating your home, running your business, or firing up the grill, our propane is safe, efficient, and always dependable. Choose Burnett Dairy Cooperative Propane, your trusted partner for all things energy. Stay warm, stay powered, stay local.
Hurry in and save big at Menards. Owens Corning architectural shingles are designed to offer long-lasting performance while providing ultimate protection. They have a limited lifetime warranty and up to a 130 miles per hour wind warranty. Choose from over 40 options designed to protect your home. Save big on shingles at Menards. #1 in customer satisfaction among home improvement retailers, according to J.D. Power. For more information, visit jdpower.com/awards.
Save big money at Menards.
Untangling your headphones, finding the right remote, saying goodbye to your favorite shirt that hasn't fit in 10 years. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with Auto Owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who live in your community and answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like finding a new favorite shirt. That's simple human sense.
Contact your local Auto Owners agency, Pine Insurance Agency at pineagency.us today.
WCMP Sports, local sports.
Past the 25, to the 20, to the 15. He's going to high step into the end zone. Touchdown!
Slips one, slips a second, able to get away for Sluka. Back underneath, far side, and a goal to the lane, and just gets the roll. Wow.
Pine City, Mora, Hinkley Finlayson, East Central, Bram, Rush City, Malacca, North Branch. Find out who's playing next at WCMPradio.com.
Oh, come on. I am so due. Let's go. Give Mama something good. Oh, yes.
This week, score a $10 gift certificate to Pizza Hut in Pine City for just $5. Savings on slices. Only $5. Pizza Hut.
Nice! WCMPradio.com/deals.
Whoa! They've got what you need at the Pine City Freeway Holiday Station Store. Right now, the Pine City Holiday Station Store off 35 has got savings like Jack's Pizza, 3 for $12. Red Bull 12 ounce, buy 2, get 1 free. Johnsonville Brats and Dogs, 2 for $4. Any size fountain drink up to XL, 79 cents all day. Open 24/7, 365. They've got what you need at the Freeway Holiday Station Store in Pine City.
Your favorite home for classic country, Anthem Country, 106.5 FM.
It'll be Green Bay football. Crowd was roaring.
Or 1350 AM has every game.
There he goes. 40, 30, 20, 15, 10, 5. He leaped into the end zone. Touchdown.
The hits, the touchdowns, the Lambeau leaps. Live Packers action.
And there is your dagger.
Catch every game locally, 106.5 FM or 1350 AM. WCMP.
Kettle River Pizza, the handcrafted pizza made locally in Ash Cove, Minnesota. Always the highest quality ingredients. Pizza that is consistently great tasting. A true crowd pleaser. 16 varieties to choose from. Enjoy the classics like pepperoni, pepperoni sausage and supreme, to the unique tastes of hot Hawaiian, taco, buffalo chicken, and chicken Alfredo. Pick some up at your local grocer, tavern, or convenience store. Handcrafted Kettle River Pizza. Moms and basketball players approved.
Back here on WCMP 106.5 FM, AM 1350. Anthem Country, WCMPradio.com with audio only. I want to remind you, if you're listening to this on our YouTube, be sure to like and subscribe. That way you'll be notified anytime we go live with a local sporting event. So hit that red subscribe button. That way you are notified every single time we go live with a local sporting event. Mac has pointed out, he's resting his voice, but Mac had pointed out it's raining here. Now, the reflection off the lights makes it seem a little worse, and the wind is definitely swirling the rain, so it makes it look a lot worse, but it is more or less just a sprinkle. I don't know if it's having that much of an effect on the game itself or the field, but it is raining, so that is something to note. Now, raining, sprinkling, it might more or less be sprinkling, but it makes it look, like I said, in the reflection off the lights and the wind swirling makes it look a little bit worse. But here in this one, we are at our Hones Auto Body and Glass halftime. Hones Auto Body and Glass in Mora. They'll fix you up right, from minor repairs to windshields and major collisions. Hones has been serving the area for over 44 years. Find them at honesauto.com. And I am listening to the KBEK game with Mora hosting Malacca. Malacca, by the way, has the lead in that one, 34-0. And I believe Malacca may have just scored again. We'll keep you up to date. Of course, Bram beat Ely over there in Bram 46-0. So that one has concluded. Bram moving on. They'll face the winner of Mille Lacs. And I believe it's Mille Lacs and East Central going at it. So either way, they're going to play a familiar opponent. Here in our game, Pine City Trails at the Hones Auto Body and Glass halftime. 14-2. Weird score? Well, yes. Pine City got a safety in this one. They got a safety here, and that is how they got those 2 points. So for Pine City, it's been a tough road here this evening. Not been ideal. Excuse me, and certainly they would like to clean things up here at halftime. It's been kind of a weird half. It's been a long half, but it also just something is a little bit off for both teams, and I think here at half, obviously, both teams are going to be deciding, hey, how do we correct things? How do we come back in this half and make it better? But man, it feels for Pine City they're right on the cusp of doing something really good and being a really dangerous team here tonight. But we'll have to wait and see. We're at our Hones Auto Body and Glass halftime. Sounds like I'm losing my voice, so I'm going to give it back to our fine sponsors because I have more games to call this week. You're listening to high school playoff football on Anthem Country, WCMP.
If aches and pains are holding you back, Wellia Health is here to assist you. Our sports medicine team is dedicated to getting you back to your passions. With extensive experience and expertise, we specialize in managing concussions, a worry for both young athletes and adults. Whatever the injury, let's get you back in action with an appointment at Wellia Health. Call us today at 320-679-1313 or conveniently schedule through your MyChart account. Visit welliahealth.org for more information.
Embrace Orthodontics offers a unique specialized approach to orthodontic treatment with custom braces or Invisalign. The team at Embrace loves getting to know their patients personally and takes the time to make sure all your questions are answered. Their board-certified orthodontists use only the latest in modern technology to give you the best outcome possible. They work with your insurance company and offer flexible financing options to fit your budget. Call today to set up your free exam and see how Embrace Orthodontics can transform your smile. More online at embracemn.com. That's embracemn.com.
Whoa! They've got what you need at the Pine City Freeway Holiday Station Store. Right now, the Pine City Holiday Station Store off 35 has got savings like Doritos and Lay's Mix and Match, buy one, get one half off. Jack Link's Beef Jerky variety, 2 for $10. Starbucks Pink in Paradise, buy one, get one free. Any Dr. Pepper, 3 for $5. Red Bull 12 ounce, buy 2, get one free. Open 24/7, 365. They've got what you need at the Freeway Holiday Station Store in Pine City.
Hey there, neighbors. Matt Winsan, CEO Burnett Dairy. Farmers are the people that wake up before the sun, who battle the elements, and tend to their crops and herds with a passion that runs deep in their veins. At this time, I would personally like to thank the farmers. From all of us at Burnett Dairy Cooperative to all of our incredible farmers, thank you. Burnett Dairy Cooperative. Real farms, real flavor.
The mushroom melt is back at A&W. How does this sound? Sautéed seasoned mushrooms and onions with melted Swiss cheese on your choice of a juicy burger or grilled chicken. Then add golden French fries and a medium soft drink. It's the mushroom melt and fries combo at A&W. Now, top it off with a classic A&W root beer float featuring vanilla soft serve and made fresh root beer, all in a frosty mug. Or how about the A&W root beer freeze? Signature combos and delicious treats always at your local A&W restaurant in Pine City.
Baseball and softball coaches, are you looking for dry, warm practice time?
Here's the Pitch in North Branch can help. Here's the Pitch offers amazing indoor options for your team.
Offering state-of-the-art pitching machines and batting cages.
And space for you to give instruction without worrying about the weather outside.
Take your athletes to the next level.
Coach up your team during every season or off-season. Affordable practice space for your ball teams.
Make your reservation today.
Call Here's the Pitch today or visit them on Facebook.
Here's the Pitch in North Branch.
Exhale slowly, letting any tension leave your body. Breathe in deeply as you stretch every fiber of your soul.
This woman's gonna kill me. I know, and she's so boring.
Now, lift your back.
I'd rather have the WCMP deals guy leading this class. Oh, yeah.
Right now, get a $10 gift certificate to Freddy's Restaurant in Mora for just $5. 50% off for Freddy's delicious favorites. Breathe.
WCMPradio.com/deals. Slowly now. WCMPradio.com/deals.
Your local radio home for Minnesota Vikings football is WCMP.
Breaks another at the 30 and is loose.
Your favorite hometown team with your favorite players.
Caught by Jefferson.
Don't miss the hits, the action.
Touchdown Vikings.
Catch the excitement all season long.
He caught it!
Minnesota Vikings football is on Cool Country 100.9 WCMP.
Back here on the Hones Auto Body and Glass halftime out at the Clemens Stadium here on the campus of the University of St. John's in Collegeville, Minnesota. Ethan Game Day, Gilman Magnelson joining you here at the Hones Auto Body and Glass halftime. Mac, this one been a weird first half. It really feels like St. Cloud Cathedral could/should be up a little bit more, but at the same time, it also feels like Pine City should be on the board with more points than they have. It's been a really interesting is the best word I can come up with, but really interesting first half for both squads.
You said it. Ooh, you said it for sure. It's been an interesting first half. it feels like both teams have had the potential to go on and develop these great plays, these great pushes towards their own end zone, and it just hasn't quite come to fruition. I don't know if that's where the defense is doing such a good job at stopping and applying that pressure, or if the offense is just having one good play and it goes out. It feels like, I don't even know how else to put it. It just feels like it keeps fizzling out.
Yeah, that's the way it really does feels. We'll take a look at quickly some of our first half stats. 124 total yards for Cathedral, 2 touchdowns, and that interception thrown by Schlo. Their leading running back there, or rusher I should say, was Schlo, 2 carries, 25 yards. He also had 5 passes. He completed 5 of 16 for 61 yards, 2 touchdowns, and the interception. Their leading receiver, obviously, was Jack Hammock. He had 49 yards on 3 catches, and then the other catch that actually went for yards was to Jack Nellens for 19. Other than that, they went backwards on the one to Brody Kahn, and that was all who caught passes. They had 7 possessions there and 1 turnover, 2 penalties for 10 yards. For Pine City, 8 possessions, 1 turnover on the fumble, 7 penalties for 55 yards, 58 total yards of offense. Now, I'm not saying that Pine City has been playing poorly, but when you've got just as much penalty yards as you do offensive yards, something's got to change here at half.
Yeah, you look at that and you think the difference in the game that those yards that they lost during those penalties could have brought to this game. It could have been a totally different outlook on it. Like you had said, it feels like Cathedral should be up by so much more, and it feels like Pine City should have more points.
Yeah, it's been an interesting first half once again to not beat a dead horse, but it has been a strange first half. But again, Pine City, 58 yards of total offense, 30 rushing, 28 passing on 4 of 8 passing from Evan Denz. Well, that just about does it for our halftime here from Hones Auto Body and Glass. Both teams getting back out on the field to warm up. It's a turf field, so it's nice to play on turf field for both of these teams. And taking a look at some of our scores from around the local listening area. The game there in Mora went final. Malacca defeats Mora 41-0. Very interesting score. I was expecting that one again to be a lot more even than what it was, but that wound up being lopsided, and Malacca comes out of there with a 41-0 victory. Elsewhere, as we mentioned before, Bram beat Ely 46-0. For games that have gone final, Ogilvie beat Bertha Hewitt 26-6. Mille Lacs beat East Central 52-14. So Bram will play up in Mille Lacs, either at Onamia or Isle, on Saturday. And then Hinckley Finlayson did fall to Barnum 45-14. For games that are still happening, Foley looks like they are going to get the victory over St. Cloud Apollo. They lead currently in the fourth 34-7. And Cambridge Isani in the fourth looks like they may fall to St. Francis. They're trailing 41-13. We have 3 games for sure coming up on Saturday with teams that have got a bye. Princeton, Rush City, and North Branch all got a bye here this week. So Rush City, North Branch, and Princeton will all play on Saturday. We'll be covering those games in some sort of way. I know Rush City will be at. I know North Branch will be at. Other than that, we'll have to wait and see who plays where and when to figure out where we will be. But best way to stay up to date with that is on our website, WCMPradio.com, KBK.com. Go to the sports tab, click on broadcast schedule, and it will show you who we'll be covering for the week. Of course, for playoffs, we do lose video, but still audio only. Mac, before we get our final words from our sponsors here at halftime, keys to the second half for Pine City.
I think it's going to be that that offensive play changing that you had talked about earlier before we went to halftime. They gotta look at what's been working and what hasn't been working, and they gotta make those changes early on and get those wheels turning really early on.
Yeah, they do. And how about defensively? Defensively, it's been kind of weird again. It's looked good, but Cathedral's also kind of helped them out too.
Yeah, Cathedral's definitely given them a couple breaks, and that's where it becomes difficult. But as a defense, they're looking really solid. Mm-hmm. Like, they're making the plays, and they're getting the stops when they need it. Those big turnover plays, they're getting them. They just need to capitalize on them.
They certainly do, and I think keys for me, I think for Pine City, get a drive that takes time off the clock, get into Cathedral territory, and it seems simple, but I'm going to add this caveat. Get a drive that you don't go backwards. Get a drive that you don't get a penalty on. whether you score or not on it. Just get a drive that gets all the way down inside the Cathedral 10-yard line that doesn't get a penalty, that you don't go backwards on. I think that is the big – and again, score or not, oh well. I think you just need that kind of drive. Defensively, I think they're going to have to play more of quarterback contain. I think you're going to have to tell the big guys inside, the D tackles, the nose guards, to say, hey, you're going to have to play straight up. You're more or less not going to be able to rush the quarterback because you're going to have to defend him running up the middle. Defensive ends, you're going to have to either play contain or have to keep him inside the pocket. You're going to have to know and play smart on the edge. Hey, do you play the quarterback contain or do you go inside and try and push him out? It's going to be a little bit of a tough one there, but you're going to have that for your defensive ends, in my opinion. And then cornerbacks, I think they got to get just a little bit closer. They've been pretty darn good. It's been seemingly 1 inch away from an interception happening. As we will get our Kettle River Pizza halftime kickoff here. It's going to roll, and it will be picked up inside the 15. It'll be picked up and taken to the 20, and he bobbled it, and it goes out of bounds. Oh, my goodness. Another opportunity missed. And speaking of missed, yeah, I'm terrible. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. That was terrible. It was misting out there a little bit on the field. So that certainly made the ball a little bit slippery, but Cathedral does get it back. They'll be starting from their own 20-yard line after that Kettle River Pizza kickoff here as we are back to action in the third quarter of play. Takes the snap. He'll look to his left. A quick pass up to the 20, to the 25, to the 30. Stiff arms a man, and he's pushed out near the 35. Slow to Hammock. And that's a good pickup of 16. So one play, 16 yards for Cathedral. And again, that game over in Mora has gone final. Malacca 41-0. So we've got a couple of our local teams who will be playing on Saturday. Malacca will more than likely play Annandale. And that's Landon Ganote in the backfield. Kroll maybe picked up a yard there, but Landon Ganote. What a play there by him. And we've seen Landon Ganote all over the field tonight, Mac.
He seems to be the defensive talk of the town right now. Like, he is making the big plays. He's getting the big stops. I mean, he had that little mishap with the unsportsmanlike conduct in there. So it kind of cancels out.
Yes, but, the big thing, he's a senior, and to come back off of that, so far it looks so good. Two receivers left here for Cathedral. They'll send a man in motion right, 2 left. There'll be that toss out wide. This time Pine City snuffs it out. Oh, they had him by the shoelace, quite literally, but he's slippery, getting through some of the Dragon defenders up past the 40, and it will finally be dragged down at the 44. Gain of 7 there for the running back that time, Nick Plant. Man, oh man. Did the rain make his jersey slippery or what? Because, man, it should have been a gain of maybe 1. The Pine City had him literally by the shoelace is what it looked like. He's not untied. He's not tying his shoes, so it must have been the shoe top, but still should have been a tackle. And Pine City goes off sides, and they know it. And unfortunately,
he knew it immediately.
That's Ashton Moore getting across the line. He's a junior, and that'll give the Crusaders a free first down. I'll keep adding on to the penalty yards. Now they have 8 for 60. That is more than their offense has, and again, not good for Pine City. And that was another one of the things they cleaned up throughout the season was the penalties. They cleaned that up, and now it just seems like the mental errors coming back to bite them here in this game. 2 receivers left, 1 right for Cathedral. Schlow in the gun. He'll quickly out to the left. That is going to be a forward pass. And gets behind the receiver, Jack Hammock. Incomplete. So it'll be 2nd down and 10. He was 5 of 16, was Schlow in the first half. Here in the second half, he's 1 for 2. So again, 2nd down and 10. Cathedral comes out under center. 2 receivers right. Schlow will take the snap. He's going to roll out to his right. Got a man who is well on him. Derek King coming off the edge. Tried to lob it over to Nick Plant, but That is over his head, incomplete. And it'll bring up 3rd down and 10. And Mac, it seems like that's been some of the gimmies that Pine City's gotten from St. Cloud Cathedral are those incompletions.
Yeah, just passes that are often just a little too high or a little too low, a little bit behind the receiver. That's those freebies almost that Cathedral is giving to Pine City in these instances.
And to steal what you said, now they got to make it pay off, do the Dragons. Empty set for Schlow. 2 receivers left, 3 to the right. Schlow in the gun. He'll take the snap. He'll look to his left. He'll try and step up in the pocket, and he's got room to run. They're not going to spy him. Den's the closest defender. He's up to the 40 and pushed out of bounds near the 35. They'll give him the 34. And that's a good game of 17 for Schlow, their leading rusher there in that first half. It was Rudy Gatsky on the stop, pushing him out of bounds. And it seems like the Crusaders here at halftime have said, if you got the room, take it.
Yeah, and you had talked about that just before this started, that you got to, as a defense, you have to decide if you're going to keep that heavy pressure on and hope they make those mistakes or protect the run from the quarterback.
This will be an option. Schlow faked it out wide, then he cuts it back all the way across the field. As a coach, you're going to go and look and say, don't do that again. But at this point in time, you're going to say, okay, you picked up yards. It's okay for this time. So for Schlow, he picks up 7 on the reverse. That, I don't know what happened there, because if he would have pitched it out, it looked like they had room on the edge, but he completely cut it all the way back across the field. So after 7, it'll be 2nd down and 3. 2 receivers each side of the formation here for Schlow in the pistol. He's got a man behind him. That's Brody Kahn. Schlow will take the snap. There'll be a quick receiver pass out to the right. Defender over pursues, and it is caught there by Hammock, and he gets it all the way up to the 13, a gain of 14. And this looks much like the Crusaders' first drive of the game, where they got it, quickly moved the ball downfield, and then got into the end zone.
Coming out swinging early on. They're setting the tone.
And we had talked about that early on. Pine City needed to do that themselves, but Cathedral coming out throwing the first punch. 2 receivers right, 1 left. In the pistol is Schlow. He's got Kroll behind him. He'll take the snap. He'll give it to Kroll. Kroll up the middle. He's got some room to run quickly up the middle of the defense and not even touched until about 7 yards downfield. He'll get it to the 6-yard line. It will be a gain of 7, and 2nd down and 3 now. Ball at the 6. So it'll be Crusaders with 9 minutes to go in this 3rd quarter on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. They have 2nd down and 3 yards to go. Again, can't get a first down without a touchdown. They'll have receivers stacked on the left side of the line. Tight end to the right, Schlow under center. Trying to go with a hard count. Pine City not biting this time. They put the earmuffs on. Now we've got whistles, and it will be a Cathedral timeout. So St. Cloud Cathedral going to go with an early timeout here. Eerily similar to the first quarter. Very eerily similar, but it will take a timeout. Now, if you're Pine City, you've got to use this timeout to your advantage, no doubt. What is Pine City talking about here in this huddle, Mac?
I'm sure they are just trying to keep the morale up and not let this big drive that they have had get to them. They need to stay mentally strong right now, and I'm sure that's being talked about right now. What do you think of this? What do you think is going on in that huddle?
Well, first, you got to remember, you still got 6 yards to defend. You can still make a stop and get the ball back. So that's the first thing I think they're telling them. Hey, relax. You've got 6 yards. Defend it. Make this the biggest stop of your life. 2, it's, hey, they're not really doing anything that we haven't seen before. Just let's get back to our keys and play our keys defensively. They'll give it up to Kroll. Kroll weaving his way through, and he is untouched into the end zone, 6 yards. And that's something that we haven't really seen too often here tonight was the Crusaders. They went 4 wide and then gave it up the middle. We haven't seen that tonight.
They've been such a pass-heavy team tonight. It almost seemed like they were afraid to run the ball.
Yeah, that formation you mentioned they have always passed out of, but that time they decide, hey, let's make Pine City see something they haven't, and the PAT is good. So an 80-yard touchdown drive. They cap it off with a touchdown and the PAT. It is 21-2. Well, that is less than ideal, but if you're Pine City, you can go down now and score 8 points and quickly make it only a 2-score game once again. So offensively, what would you like to see from the Dragons?
Offensively, I think they need to move away from this screen pass that they have been trying to do all night and try and go for some longer passes. You know, let the quarterback in the pocket a little more, let him roll out, and try and get it down the field more. I feel like that could really turn the tide of this game. What's your opinion on that?
Yeah, I think so. I think they're just going to have to, again, make sure they're not getting negative plays, cut the penalties, but I think also just fall forward. You know, if you got, I think right now, from what I've seen, if I just take a moment, I think they're dancing around just a little too much as we get another Kettle River Pizza kickoff. So I think just go forward. Just move the ball forward. Don't be dancing around too much. Just continue to push forward as Ganot is going to bring in the kickoff right at the 30-yard line. He'll be down where he's laid down on the ball. And that will start the Dragons on their own 30. Not the worst starting field position, though, to begin at their own 30.
No, definitely not. And I think he made the right call just laying on that ball where it was. Like you said, trying to minimize those mistakes. Mm-hmm. That's one of the best ways to do it.
Absolutely, yeah. I think you've got a point there. Well, they'll actually move back to the 29. Interesting. But, yeah, he could have easily tried to pick that one up. But I think you're right. That is the smartest play because if he does try to pick that one up, it slips. It's wet out there. Could be huge. Dragons come out. They'll send a man in motion from right to left. Oh, another one.
It's going to be a false start called on the Dragons again. That hurts.
That's their 5th false start of this game. Their 5th. Man, that is, well, win or lose this game, Pine City is going to look at this one and go, we killed ourselves with penalties. I mean, they've got close now to 70 yards of penalties. Yeah, man, you take away some of the penalty yards, they probably have 10, 15 points. They tried to give it to Grant Sklozacek. He goes backwards, and I mean backwards. They had it on the 24 because of the false start. We'll be back to the 19 on a loss of 5. A loss of 5. It'll be second down and even longer on the Grant Sklozacek sweep with under 8.5 to go. Meanwhile, final over there in Mora. The Mustangs fall to Malacca, 41-0. Malacca moving on to face off against Annandale. Foley looks like they will play the winner of this one. Doesn't look like they will. Den's going to chuck it deep. He's got Austinson. It's incomplete. He was double covered. Probably not the best idea to throw it to him. But to be fair, Austinson took those guys deep. And again, that's a, what? He was at the 15. That's to the 40. That's a 40, 50-yard pass from Dent. He's got the arm. He's got the arm talent.
That would have been a big pass from him. The double coverage was scary. Could have very easily turned bad for them. But those are the big plays that they kind of need in these situations. I mean, it's third down, and they have 20 yards to make up here. So that's the kind of plays that they got to pull.
Yeah, it is. And I like the shot there. Den's not afraid. Obviously, double coverage not ideal, but the arm talent, my goodness. Evan Dens is a junior, so he'll be back next year, and they might have to say, hey, you're going to start at quarterback. And well, it was either underthrown to Peets or overthrown to Bohegi. Not real sure which one he was trying to get it to. Either way, it is going to be fourth down. So an unfortunate sequence there for Pine City. False start, a loss of yards on the sweep, and then the incompletion there on third. Well, they thought about going with the fake, but they're going to punt it away till Shanzi. And this one's going to take a Pine City roll inside the 30. It'll be picked up by St. Cloud Cathedral. Oh, Pine City didn't get the edge. Oh, they made him slip, though. They got him to slip, but he did get up past the 30 to the 31. Either way, that's a good change of field position.
Yeah, we talked about it earlier, but these punts are really good right now. They're in tough situations in their own territory, and they're coming out and putting it way downfield and making Cathedral play the ball on that. Give us your thoughts on that.
Yeah, that's really what has been keeping Pine City in this are the punts. We've seen some fantastic punts from Till Shanzi, and give him credit, man. If there's, as of right now, I'd say he'd be the player of the game. Cathedral comes out, 2 receivers right. 1 left. They are going right to left on your radio dial. They'll give it off here to Kroll. Kroll off the left side of the line. Gets up past the 30, and he'll be slammed down right at the 35. Dens and Petronek in there on the stop after his gain of 4. 21-2 is our score. We still got 7 minutes left in the third quarter. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, we got volleyball coming up tomorrow night. Volleyball starts, and I am excited for some volleyball action. 2 receivers left, 1 right for Cathedral. It's a pump fake, and he's got a man open at the 45, caught to the 40, to the 30, 20. He's gone. Touchdown. Nope. I think they're going to bring him back. They're going to say, I think he stepped out.
Yeah, they are.
At the 15.
Early on the touchdown call, it'll be 1st and 10 for the 15 for the Crusaders.
50-yard pass play either way to Brody Schneider.
Long ball. Again, Pine City kind of catching a break on that one.
Yeah.
Cathedral giving them a freebie, if you will.
Yeah, kind of a little bit with him stepping out of bounds, but I feel like on a big play like that, it is still a chunk play that Pine City is going to look and say, guys, what happened? Because he was left all alone, and that's a breakdown in coverage. They're going to give it to Kroll here, let him take off with it. That ball's on the ground. Pine City didn't even realize it.
But they come up with it.
Oh, they're going to say he was down. I don't think so. I'm going to have to respectfully disagree there. Again, respectfully, the referees do their job. I'm not down there, so I can't say nothing. But I will respectfully disagree. I think that ball was out. I think it was, if we could see maybe a college replay, I think we'd see that ball was coming loose as he slipped, because he slipped, and I think he went to go help himself up with that arm he was carrying it with, and then it came out. So loss of 2. It'll be 2nd down and 12. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Out of the single back formation, they'll toss it out to the right here. Running back on the carry that time, Nick Plant taking it. Stiff arms 1 man, slips another defender. Then he gets up to the 11. Gain of about 6 there for Plant, and it'll be 3rd down and 6.
You can see the slippery conditions that are being put on this turf field with the slight mist that we've had going for about 30 minutes now. And the players are just kind of spinning like tops when they hit the ground.
Yeah, they really are. They really are. And we've seen it's obviously creating a little bit of a mess on carrying the ball. If I'm Pine City here, I'm telling them CPR, club, punch, rip, anytime you get near the ball. They'll give it up to, I think that's Plant again. He'll get enough for the first down. Oh, no, actually, excuse me. He is going to be just short by a yard. It's a 5-yard carry for Plant. He'll be short by a yard. Might even be close to 2 yards he's short by. So it will be 4th and short for Cathedral.
Ball's on the 7-yard line.
Hey, if Pine City can make a stop is a stop. They will fake to give to Kroll. Schlo will roll out to his right, and it's another touchdown pass to Jack Hammock. And they really haven't gone to anybody else on those rollouts they've always looked to Hammock, and they'll look to him again for another touchdown. And it's 27 to 2. Cathedral.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, it's a good point. And again, if I'm Pine City, I might be starting to at least get someone else covering Hammock along with my other defenders, because down in the red area, this is where they've really been hammering on Hammock to get him the ball. I was inside the Roddy Motors red zone. Haven't been inside the Roddy Motors red zone a ton tonight, but that was one of the first few times here this evening. So 28-0. Another drive for the Crusaders that goes 69 yards, a touchdown and a PAT to cap it all off. And they finish it off inside the Roddy Motors red zone. Roddy Motors in Mora is a veteran-owned business, and Joe Rademacher is a United States Marine. When you need a pre-owned vehicle, Joe will get you squared away. He also has a couple of varsity football players and varsity swimmer himself. So when you need a vehicle to cart your team to practices, camps, and games, stop by Roddy Motors in Mora and find what you're looking for. Well, another touchdown drive here for Cathedral. It's not over yet. We know that first half took about an hour and a half. So we know there's plenty of time left, but Pine City's going to have to get things going quickly. Here is the Kettle River Pizza kickoff. It is going to be on the ground. I'm not sure if it's slipping out of the tee, if they're meaning to put it more of a squib kick. As Austinson again will have another good return up to the 20, 25, cuts it out at the 30. Outside the numbers, stiff arms a man at the 30, and he's pushed out near the 40. A.J. Austinson. Another good return there for Pine City. I did see, though, a pancake block out near midfield for Pine City. That's got to feel good.
Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah, like you said, I don't know what's going on with their kicks. All of them recently have seemed to look like squib attempts, but it might just be an accident? What
I think more or less it might be on purpose, or it could just be the kicker slipping before he gets the tee. Either way, it winds up getting downfield, so he's at least getting it downfield, so give him credit for that. It'll be nearly an empty set. They'll go with a lone back. It's Kalecki, 2 receivers on each side. They'll give it up the middle to Kalecki, and Kalecki has nowhere to go. He picks up about 2, and that is it on the carry for Logan Kalecki.
Big pancake block from the center. He just laid on someone. Just laid down.
Always nice to see a pancake block. Just like those new NFL commercials. It's for another company, but the NFL commercials with a pretty famous running back and actor talking about how the NFL is just trying to get you to eat more. I rather enjoy those commercials. Oh, what is Jerry eating? Jerry's eating rice. One of my favorite commercials. Nothing to do with this game, as 2 receivers on each side of the formation. They'll have a man in motion right to left. Dens will give it up the middle again here to, I believe that's Kalecki, and he'll get another 2 yards on the carry, and it'll be 3rd down and 6 for Pine City. Ball on their own 42-yard line. 4 minutes left to go in this third quarter. Pine City trails 28-2 to the St. Cloud Cathedral Crusaders, who are the number 2 seed. Pine City, the number 7 seed. But again, we talked about it. Pine City, much better than what that 7 seed will recognize them for. Here tonight, though, they have run into a pretty good Cathedral team. And I wouldn't... Obviously, Cathedral's pretty good, but Pine City hasn't played up to what they know they can, and that's the unfortunate part. Again, 2 receivers on each side. They'll send a man in motion left to right. It's Braxton Peets. Dens fumbled it, and unfortunately, when he did recover it, he was with a knee on the turf, and that'll end the play. It's a loss of 1 on the fumbled snap. Frustration right there. That is, man, because they looked like they were setting up for a pass. And initially, it didn't look like the Crusaders had coverage underneath. It looked like Pine City could have had a first down with a pass that was underneath the deep coverage. The punt is good. Again, it will bounce at the 20, be taken at the 15, but on the return is Hammock, and Hammock up the field, cuts it out to the 20, back up at the 25 where he breaks a tackle, and he's tackled near the 30 by Daniel Milliman. Evan Dens appears to be on the stop as well. They'll spot him at the 29, and that is where the Crusaders will take over. They've had 2 possessions. Foley defeats St. Cloud Apollo 41-7.
St. Cloud Cathedral with a snap. Up the middle. Going, taken down at about the 35. There's a flag on the play.
And that's coming in the backfield. That usually signifies a holding penalty. We'll see what they call here. Yeah, it is.
Holding offense number 55.
So that will set them back 10 yards, and if you're Pine City, you're saying, oh, we'll take it.
Another freebie, if you will.
Yeah, another good run by Kroll, and yeah, the Dragons are getting helped out there a little bit on that holding penalty. So ball at the Crusaders' 19-yard line now, first down and 20, so that holding penalty was at the line of scrimmage. Two receivers right, one left, a shotgun pass, and Hammock, oh my goodness, Derek Kinn was there, he just didn't wrap him up. Derek Kinn actually winds up coming up to make the tackle along with Kolecki, but man, Kinn was there. Kinn had Hammock in his hands, he just couldn't wrap him up. And give credit to, Hammock is shifty.
Yeah, he seems to be quite the playmaker, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
He's just breaking tackles left and right out there.
7-yard catch for Hammock. Gonna make it 2nd and 13. Probably should have been 2nd and 21, but it's unfortunately slippery out there. Trips left for the Crusaders. Receiver right. Lone back behind Schlow. Schlow will take the snap. He'll roll to his left. He's going to chuck it deep. Left a little bit too much underneath that one. It is incomplete. Knocked away by two Dragon defenders, Milliman and Austinson. And that was intended for Schneider. And they help him up off the turf. That'll be incomplete. 3rd down and long. And you love to see the sportsmanship by both sides here in this one. No matter the rivalry. This one's not a rivalry, but just, rivalry games, whether it's lopsided, whether it's close, playoff or not, you just love to see the sportsmanship that 2-3 players can have or an entire team can have, especially in circumstances like this. You love to see it.
Yeah, and we've been seeing it all night with these two teams.
So here come the Crusaders, 3rd and 13. Two receivers right, one left. Tight end on the left side as well. Lone back is Kroll. He'll take the snap. Will Schlow. He's looking out to his left. He's got a man. It is nearly intercepted by Rudy Gatsky, but he knocks it away. It is incomplete. Intended there for Nick Plant. And great coverage that time by Rudy Gatsky. And that's what we've been kind of seeing from this Pine City team tonight. They've been that close, that close. That time Gatsky finished the play.
Yeah, he stepped up. He had the good coverage. Mm-hmm. He turned his head at the right moment, took that extra step, and he got a hand up there and managed to block it. He almost danced it between his hands, but didn't manage to come down with it.
Still a good play. It forces a 4th down and a punt here from the Crusaders. Ball is away. And this is a good spiraling punt. Braxton Peets, he'll take it in. Nice grab by Braxton Peets, although he won't get maybe but a yard out of the return. But good punt. Good job fielding the punt. That was, we got to give credit where it's due. That's a really good punt and a really good catch on the punt.
Yeah. There's been a lot of punts tonight, so.
There have been, and which is interesting because these offenses are better than this. To put it bluntly, both of these offenses are much better than this. So it's a little bit strange to see both these offenses punt as much as they have here tonight. Of course, incompletions. The ball's now here in the second half a little bit wet, so it does not help. A minute and a half to go here in the 3rd quarter on that Brace Orthodontic scoreboard. Dragons trail 28-2. Under center, Dens, two receivers left. Lone back, I believe, is Sam Johnson. They'll give it up to Sam Johnson. Sam Johnson, a quick burst up the middle, then he's tripped up past the 40 to the 42-yard line. A gain of 5 quickly to Sam Johnson.
Do you think the reason for all of the punts is that the defenses are just playing so well right now that they're forcing these many turnovers? Or do you think it's just little slip-ups coming from the offense?
I think it's actually a little bit of both. I really do. We've seen both defenses play really well here tonight. We've seen them step up and make some plays when they've had to. But we've also seen these two offenses slip up as well. We've seen them make mistakes. We've seen them miss on passes that they should have hit on. Too much air under it, not enough. We've seen that all night long. And this one won't get far for, I believe, Kolecki. No, Sam Johnson. But, no, I think it is a little bit of both. that, a little bit of the defense playing well, a little bit of the offense slipping up and not making the play they should. It's a gain of 2 for Sam Johnson. It'll be 3rd down and 3. With under 30 seconds now to go here in the third quarter, I think for Pine City here, just try and convert this 3rd down would be probably one of the biggest things to try and do here. And then take it to the 4th, finish off the 4th quarter strong. 2 receivers left. Pistol. Dens takes the snap, looking to his left. He's got a man. No, it's incomplete. Braxton Peets, the intended receiver. And that will bring up 4th and 3. That will be, though, the end of the 3rd quarter. And we will be headed to what will be the 4th and final here on Anthem Country WCMP. Back after word from our fine sponsors. You're listening to High School Playoff Football.
Loading the kids in the car, brokering peace in the back seat, mastering the snack handoff without even looking. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple, so you can worry about more important things, like figuring out what's growing in that cup holder. That's simple human sense.
Contact your local auto owners agency, Pine Insurance Agency, at pineagency.us today.
Joe and the gang at Roddy Motors have your next pre-owned vehicle. Vehicles of all makes and models, and vehicles priced to move. Roddy Motors in Mora can also get you financed on site. Or, if you've got a vehicle to sell, Roddy offers consignment too. Yep, they'll help you sell your quality pre-owned vehicle. The 2-time winner of the Reader's Choice Best Dealer in Kanabec County. That's what you call a repeat champ. When you need a quality vehicle, make your way to Roddy Motors in Mora or RoddyMotors.com. RODDY Motors.com. Back here in the 4th quarter for this 4th down play. 12 minutes are back up on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. As the Dragons will... Looks like they're going to come to the line to go for it on 4th down and 3.
I think that's a smart play.
Dens will hand it off to Samuel Johnson. He's going nowhere, didn't even get a yard. That'll be turnover on downs, sadly. And give it back to the Crusaders. Crusaders will have the ball on their own, or on the Dragons, rather. 44? Yeah, I think 44. Well, unfortunately there, Pine City wanted to get back. To be fair, that exact play had been averaging about 3-4 yards. So they were trying to get it for a quick hitter, and they had it blocked real well a couple of times to where it looked like had Sam Johnson got through that, he would have possibly been gone. But the Crusaders did a good job with their linebackers coming up and plugging the hole. 2 receivers right, 1 left for Schlow. Takes the snap. Kroll will get the carry off the left side of the line. And reaching to make that tackle is Evan Dens. That's a good tackle. Gain of only 3 there for Kroll. Because Dens... Now, you don't ever want to see football players reaching to make a tackle. However, Dens did make a good stop there or a reach, I should say, to make the stop, because that could have been a lot more, but Dens got some long arms. 2 receivers left, 1 right for the Crusaders. Kroll, the lone back in the pistol behind Schlow. Schlow will take the snap right back up the middle off the right side. This time Pine City gets there. 2 defenders miss. He gets through their tackle up to about the 32. A gain of 7, and it'll be enough for a first down. So it'll be first down and 10 for the Crusaders at the 32 of Pine City. Under 11 minutes to go. Come out, and guessing if they score here, we'll see a lot more Pine City passing, but we'll wait and see. 2 receivers left, 1 right for the Crusaders. Man in motion left to right. They'll give it up the middle to Kroll. Again, drags at least 1 defender forward, but he then is wrapped up. Good note. Excuse me. And Petronek on the stop. Gain of about 2 for Kroll.
Now Cathedral seems to be going to that kind of up-the-middle burst rush that we were just talking about wasn't working for Pine City.
Yeah, they're certainly trying to take some time off the clock. they feel like they've got it in hand right now, 28-2, and they might not. You never know what can happen. You never want to say a game's over before it is, so you never know what can happen. 10 minutes left, 26 points, but they feel like they've got this one pretty well in hand, so they'll be content to stick with the run. Kroll again off the right side of the line, takes it up the middle, cuts it outside, and then he is stuck by, Braxton Peets right at the 24-yard line. Gain of, 7. Yeah, we'll give him, 7 on that one. 3rd and 2. Two receivers right, one left. Kroll behind Schlo. Wonder what they're going to do. Yes, to Kroll again. This time he's got room. This time to the outside. And this time he's in.
Cathedral touchdown.
24-yard rushing touchdown for Kroll. And the Crusaders get on the board again. Only had to drive 44 yards. And they are on the board to make it 34-2. And they'll obviously line up to go for the extra point. Snap, spot, down, kick, up. Good. 35-2. Pine City trails the Crusaders on that Brace Orthodontic score with 9:18 left to go. We're going to take a quick commercial break. Be back after a word from our fine sponsors here on WCMP.
Dale's Heating and Appliance, your local heating and appliance expert, is committed to making your family's comfort their top priority. And now you can add water softeners to their list of expertise. Dale's now offers water softener sales or rentals along with installation, service, and salt delivery. So if your home needs quality water, make the call to your already trusted experts at Dale's, or just visit dalesheatingandappliance.com. dalesheatingandappliance.com.
Back here on WCMP 106.5 FM, AM 1350. Need to change the quarter mark, but I promise we are in the fourth. We aren't in the third anymore. Here is the Kettle River Pizza kickoff, and that one is end over end. It'll be taken in, bouncing at around the 10. Austinson will take it. He'll cut it back out to the right, trying to cut it back at the 11, and he'll be brought in and taken down around the 13. So this one of the few times Pine City will not have a good kick return. And they will have, well, their worst starting field position of the night. But we have seen this team drive the length of the field before, so, hey, why not right here?
I was going to say, we've seen them at a good starting position.
Yes.
Let's see what they can make out of a worse starting position.
Yeah, why not? Let's see what they can do here. 9:10 to go on that Brace Orthodontics scoreboard. Try and get you some final scores from the other games in the playoffs. Two receivers right. Den's in the gun. Pistol behind him. Dens will take the snap. We are going to see the pass a little bit more. And with that intercepted, it's going to be incomplete. Really no need to get the ball back for the Crusaders. I can understand wanting the pick, but they don't need it. That pass was intended for Kin, I believe, out there, and it was incomplete. So it'll be 2nd down and 10. At his 12th pass attempt here tonight, and I know last week for Pine City, Dens threw it 23 times, completed it 12 for 187 yards. Not quite the same this week. Single back formation. They'll have two receivers left, one right. They'll give it to Klecki off the right side of the line. He'll carry it forward, past the 15, trucks a defender, rolling forward to about the 18. Pickup of 5 for Logan Klecki. And it is 3rd and 5. So 3rd down and medium here for Pine City. Seen him come out with the pass to start. Run to Klecki. Now, Mac, prediction. What do they do here?
I'm going to say they're going to try and roll a pass out on this left side of the field.
So they'll have 2 receivers right, 1 left. Klecki in the pistol behind Denz. Denz will take the snap. Wow. Well, they tried to set up a deep bomb off the right side of the line, but it was really good pressure put on by St. Cloud Cathedral. Denz will be sacked back at the 9.
That was a big hit.
It was, unfortunately. Loss of 9 there on the sack. And I'm guessing we'll see them punt.
From his own goal line again.
Well, last time he punted from there it was a good punt, so let's see him do it again. Shanzi, this one, a kind of spiraling end over end. Both, it is a decent one. It'll bounce at the 45 and be picked up by Denz right there. And that's where the Crusaders will take over. Now, no, Crusaders will keep the starters out there. That is interesting. That is interesting.
Might as well. I mean, how often do you get to play at such a great stadium like here at St. John's University, home of the Johnnies?
I can understand that, but I think at this point it's pretty well in hand. One, you don't want to get your starters injured. For me, for 2, I don't see a reason to bring your starters out with the game this lopsided. For me, I say, what's the point if unless you're gonna try and score again, make it running clock. But even then, I don't know. It's a tough one. So we'll get a timeout called here by Cathedral. Strange timeout.
Maybe it's to take his starters out.
It could be. It very well could be. But after a punt, they do call timeout. And we'll figure out what they want to do. But first, we'll take a quick timeout as well.
Getting your vehicle repaired after an accident doesn't have to be stressful. Drop your vehicle at Hones Auto Body and they take care of the stress. From the estimate to easily working with your insurance, Hones will take care of minor dents, collision repair, glass replacement, and mechanical services. iCar and ASC certified technicians will get your vehicle fixed right. For a shop you can trust for collisions or everyday repairs, bring your vehicle to Hones Auto Body and Glass Mechanical in Mora or visit online at honesauto.com. That's HOHNS auto.com.
Well, as I just mentioned to Mac, you can't take them with you, so might as well use them. As the Crusaders will come out here, they lead 35-2 with 7:34 to go on that Embrace Orthodontic scoreboard here in the 4th quarter. They'll give it up the middle here. I think that's either Kroll or Plant. Katsky with the stop. That was neither, actually. It was number 10, Aiden Marin. So Marin with the carry there for the Crusaders, and it's a pickup of about 2. Maybe 2nd down and 8. Schlo will bring in the play call. You can see the Crusaders not in any rush to get the play off, but still getting that ball off in time. And Schlo will give it up to Marin again. He's tripped up this time. I believe with the trip was Nicholas Bolt. It was him or Dwyer. One of the two.
they just said Nicholas Bolt. Yep.
They were both near it. We'll give them both credit. Why not? But no gain there for Marin for the Cathedral Crusaders, and Pine City faithful sticking this one out. They know, and unfortunately, this will more than likely be the last football game of the season. But what a culture-changing season it was for Pine City. 2 receivers right, 1 left. More than likely a run here. Oh, they're gonna chuck it deep.
Almost intercepted.
Nice job. Nice. I don't understand trying to chuck it deep here. You're leading 35-2. Just, I mean, I don't know. That to me is a little iffy.
I would agree. 35-2 with less than 6 minutes left in the game.
Yeah, I don't know if you should be doing that here. Well, Bo Heggie, either way, knocked it away. Incomplete. It'll be 4th down. Yeah, I get trying to get the 1st down and you know, keep the clock running, but I mean, taking a deep shot like that seems a little. But we don't know the reason, so we will let the coach call his game. They'll go under center here for this 4th down. 2 receivers right, 1 left. And they're going to throw it again. Well, they do have a man deep, but I don't know if he got it to him. No, he didn't get enough on it. That ball is a little bit slippery. I think he throws that ball in the first half. We're probably talking about a completion.
Yeah.
But since the ball is a little slippery, that's incomplete.
And then again, in the first half, it was a much different football game than it is right now.
Well, that'll be turnover on downs. And with 5:50 to go, you know what? He's got to get experience anyway, because coming up in winter sports, he's going to be doing it himself. So, Mac Nelson, young man, I am going to have you take over the calling of the game. I'm going to be your color commentator from here on out.
Okay. Sounds like a plan. So we got 5:50 left. 1st and 10. Dragons are on the 43-yard line. Lined up in shotgun. Man in motion. Here comes a snap. Oh, it's dropped. Oh, he recovers it. Oh, brought down by about 5 defenders from Cathedral. Not a great play there.
No, that's unfortunate for Dens. I think the ball, again, is just so slippery. But in my initial reaction, I think he took his eyes off the ball initially. So, unfortunately, there it'll be a loss of 2 for Evan Dens.
Yep. So now they're on their 41-yard line. It is wet out there, and that seems to be causing a couple of issues tonight.
It does.
5:20. Clock is ticking down. Dragons lined up in the shotgun. Man in motion. The snap. Screen pass. Back up the middle. Wrapped up by about 5 Cathedral players again. Yikes.
Well, Hagee, they tried to get it to Hagee there. Really nothing doing. They're going to be generous on the spot, too. They're going to give him the 41. I don't know if he got back to the 41, but they'll give it to him anyways.
No loss or gain on the play. Under 5 minutes now.
And I know we talked about it, Mac and I. Mac will be back with us tomorrow night, calling some more games out with another familiar face, Adam Hefty. He has a connection to Adam Hefty. He knows Adam Hefty, so he'll be out with him tomorrow night.
Dragons with the snap. He drop backs pass. He's going deep. And he's caught! He's at the 20, the 15, the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Dragons.
And no flags, too, so it'll count. Nice job.
A pass.
59-yard passing touchdown to A.J. Austinson.
What a pass.
I should have had you call the game earlier. All of a sudden, Pine City gets on
I
something.
guess. I don't know. But I don't even know. That was an incredible pass, and he was wide open down the field.
And that has been his go-to guy here tonight has been A.J. Austinson. He had that big 28-yarder earlier in the game, and now a 59-yarder.
That is a big touchdown pass. So now it looks like we're going to see a 2-point conversion attempt.
Looks like we will, and they'll try and get 10 points on the board.
Timeout, Pine City.
All right. Well, while they take a timeout, we'll take one as well. And, well, with Mac calling the game, now all of a sudden Pine City's on the comeback trail. Back afterward from our fine sponsors.
Kettle River Pizza is a proud supporter of sports teams and community organizations. Local groups and teams across the state have had amazing success with Kettle River Pizza fundraising. From sausage and pepperoni to chicken Alfredo or the hot Hawaiian, the cheesy deliciousness practically sells itself. Visit KettleRiverPizza.com to schedule your next fundraiser. It's so easy to get started. Got a pizza craving now? Pick up a Kettle River Pizza at your local grocery store or convenience store today.
Your journey to smile with your Forever starts at...
Well, we'll have to interrupt the commercial break there. Pine City back out of the timeout, getting set for this 2-point conversion. And I'm going to let Mac continue to call it because, everything went well.
I guess so. Just how it happened. Pine City lining up in the shotgun. One man back. Man in motion. The snap. It's going to be a screen pass. Dropped in the end zone. 2-point conversion is no good.
That was really good coverage. I was surprised he even tried to go to Braxton Peets. But, again, Dens is really showing off that arm. And he's listed as a running back and linebacker. I'm telling you what. He comes back and plays next year, they're telling him you're quarterback for the rest of the season. As he has an arm, and he zipped that thing into Braxton Peets like he needed it to. Unfortunately, it's incomplete, but, man, he zipped that thing in there, and looks like a good pass, but unfortunately no good on the 2-point conversion. So 35-8, Pine City trails, but, hey, they've now scored in 5 straight games. I don't know the last time that's happened for Pine City. So, again, we talked about it a little bit before. This feels like a culture-changing season for Pine City. Yeah. And then next year I think it's only going to be better. But, again, Mac, he has taken over the calling here, the broadcasting duties, and, it was one play and a couple plays, and Pine City scores. And I would assume we'll see an onside kick, but I'll let you call it because maybe if you call it, they'll recover.
You put too much faith in my calling skills. Pine City with the kickoff.
Oh, they had a man run on late.
Nope. It's going to be a good kick long. It's going to be picked up at the 5. St. Cloud Cathedral running it up. Oh, and a flag is going to be thrown man down at about the 17-yard line.
Yeah, that's a face mask. There's no doubt on that one. That is a bad face mask, too. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no doubt on that one.
Confirmed face mask on that.
Well, I think it was the 15-yard variety, too. Because darn near took his helmet off.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they did go with the kick, which was interesting. I thought they might go with the onside kick. But unfortunately for Pine City, they had a man run on late, which does it affect the play overall? Really, no. But I think what they initially went with was, let's try and kick it deep, catch them off guard, and maybe we get down there before they do.
Yeah.
Again, Pine City getting a little confused on who they need to have out there. I think we're going to get a time. Nope, no timeout.
4 minutes and 11 seconds left. Snap, run up the middle, fumbled, and it's picked up by Pine City.
Like I told you, Mac just needs to call the game from here.
I should have been calling from right from the get-go.
Intense recovers the fumble.
Pine City is going to recover the fumble at their 41-yard line.
Wow. Well.
My apologies, the 39-yard line. I got him flipped around there.
Hey, no one's blaming you at this point, man. Everyone's saying, hey, Ethan, you're done. Mac's taking over, and I'm okay with that, too. My goodness. Marin did fumble, though, so, yeah, Pine City's got it back.
Pine City, 1st and 10 now. Setting up in shotgun. Dropping back to pass. Oh,
yeah.
Looks like there's going to be a false start call.
Somebody left early.
False start on the offense once again. How many does that make now?
11 penalties here tonight. False start-wise, that is the 6th false start here this evening.
6 false starts from Pine City. So now they're going to have 1st and 15.
Yeah, they're nearing 100 penalty yards, 85.
You just can't be doing that in a playoff football game.
Yeah, you really can, unfortunately. But, I mean, valiant effort here by Pine City. And they're still not done. They're still not done, Matt. Come on.
They're still pushing.
They
line up in the shotgun. Snap. He drops back to pass. He's got pressure. He's going to go short. Picked up by a man for a loss of 1 or 2.
Yeah, they tried to set up the screen there to Rudy Gatsky, and that has been working well for them. I mentioned to you about in the pregame that play had averaged them about 15 yards, but the Crusaders have been watching film too, and they'll lose a yard on that one.
Yeah, you can see that they have been watching film in this game. They have been prepared for everything that Pine City has thrown at them.
Mm-hmm.
Once again, they line up at the ball. In the shotgun. The snap from Pine City. Drops back to pass. He's got time. He goes long. Oh, just barely missed by the receiver.
Man, I think they maybe should have had a flag there for PI.
It looked like it, but maybe they both could have been going towards the ball there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm leaning Pine City just because I'm more biased, so I'm going to say it should have been a flag. But no, I think it was close.
Yeah.
But just from here, it looked like the defender had leaned over his body before the ball got there.
Sure.
But I think you're right. I think it was a lot closer than what it looked.
Another valiant attempt for a long, deep pass. Like you were saying, this quarterback has the arm. He is getting the ball there.
Well, and not only that, he's got another year to develop it. So I can't wait to see what he can do next year.
Oh, we got a flag.
How?
Whoa, what was called?
Delay a game somehow.
Delay of game has been called on the Dragons. So now they're going to be 3rd and 17. 3 minutes, 15 seconds left on the game. Oh, my apologies. 3rd and 21. 3rd and long, essentially. They're on their 48-yard line.
I believe. Max calling it. I believe.
They got a man in motion, set up in shotgun. The snap, he drops back to pass. He's got pressure. He's looking deep.
Ooh,
up.
Miscommunication.
Oh, into a two-defender.
Well, I thought it was miscommunication, but Kin was there. I thought he had overthrown Kin, but Kin was there, and yeah, unfortunately, for some reason, the Crusaders have seemingly had two guys around wherever Pine City's trying to throw it. I don't know if it's just Dens eyeing the receiver down the whole way, or if they're just kind of deciding, hey, this guy's going deep, let's double the deep guy. And if that's the case, you know, good on Cathedral. They're doing a good job. But, again, tough one there for Dens.
Man in motion in the shotgun. He drops back to pass. He's going for the long ball again. And it's going to be not received.
Intended there for Rudy Gatsky. It got into him. But a good defense there by the Crusaders. But as the late, great John Madden would say, if you get your hands on it, you got to catch it. And Gatsky, although that wouldn't have been a first down, still would have put the Crusaders on their own side of the field. But now the ball will be spotted, at the Dragons 48?
Yes, sir.
So 3:03 to go. And, again, you know, for Dens, one of the things I'm noticing, too, is he doesn't, when he's throwing, it's all arm. He's not getting his feet set. He's not using the feet to help him throw. He's just using all arm. So if he can get this passing a little bit cleaned up, you watch out for the Dragons passing game next year. They're going to have one.
Oh, as Cathedral gets taken down for a loss of, it looks like he was brought down at least 6 yards behind the line. No, even more. A loss of 6 yards on that play. The ball was snapped, and the fake handoff was not bit on, and the quarterback was brought down. Now on the 46-yard line.
Daniel Milliman back there, not fooled, getting the sack. Loss of 6. We do have a new quarterback, Howie Doak, in for the Crusaders.
Seems, taking out their starters. The snap for Cathedral. Comes in a little low. Hands off. Up the middle. He breaks 2 tackles. Going down the right side of the field. And he's brought down eventually at what looks to be the 39-yard line.
Good slippery run there by Ernest. Malakabu. I'm so glad I heard the PA announcer say it first because I was about to botch it. But Malakabu with a good run there. Just a slippery run. And 15 yards quickly picked up.
Yeah, not quite enough to get the first down. 3rd and 1. Close. 1:45 seconds left in this game. Cathedral leads 35-8 tonight.
What a effort by Pine City late here in this one.
Oh, yeah.
Easily could have seen them hang their heads after Cathedral went up 28, even 35. But, man, they are giving it everything.
The snap from Cathedral. He's going out wide. Oh, and he is going to be grabbed at their... Going to be a gain of none.
Caleb Hogberg with the stop. And no gain, as you heard him mention.
The clock is slowly ticking down tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. You know, if Pine City could have played the way they have these last couple of minutes, even to begin the game, or just even to begin the second half when they were only down 14-2, I think we're talking about a much, much different game because I honestly think Pine City probably comes out with the win if they play that way.
Cathedral under the center, Snap right up the middle, quarterback keep, and he takes it all the way down. It's going to be a first down for Cathedral.
That looked weird. It initially looked like he was going to take it and kneel it almost, but then he ran with it, and there was nobody there defensively. So I don't know what was supposed to happen on that play,
I think what had happened is the center snapped the ball and immediately got blocked into him.
Oh, maybe.
And so the quarterback kind of bounced off and then ran up the middle, and it worked out for him.
Yeah, it did.
The clock ticks down tonight. 10 seconds.
Yeah, it looks like that will be it.
That is going to be the end of the football game. St. Cloud Cathedral beats Pine City 35-8.
Well, Pine City gave it everything they had, but, man.
Valiant effort, especially at the end there.
Yeah, great effort by Pine City. Just, unfortunately, too little too late, sadly. But, again, I'll say it, and I'll probably mention it again before we leave here. This is a culture-changing season for Pine City, and next year this team is going to know what they're expected to do, and they're going to look and say, yep, we know, and now we've got it figured out. Well, Pine City ends the season scoring in 4, count it, ladies and gentlemen, 4 straight games, and that is something that they are hoping to continue into next year. They scored against Mora. They scored against Proctor, shutting them out, and then 2 Harbors. They scored in 5 straight, because I can count. Again, I'm not good with math.
I was going to say, I thought you had said 5 earlier.
So 5 straight games, but man, oh man, what a season for Pine City. And you can't say that a lot about a one-win team, but you can about Pine City and the way they have turned this thing around for the future, for the better. Evan Den's getting a handshake from the Cathedral head coach. He's going to congratulate them, and Den's, very good season coming in. Not the starting quarterback, a running back and a linebacker to begin the season. And he comes in to play quarterback for the injured Austin Wiener and done a phenomenal job. So we're going to take a commercial break. Hear a word from our fine sponsors. When we come back, we'll recap this one, let you know what's coming up for us here the rest of the week. Well, at least tomorrow. And then we'll let you know where to find everything and such. So that'll do it. Be sure to tune back after the commercial break for a word from our for the recap of this one. And then also, if you're listening to this on our YouTube, of course, it's audio only for playoffs, but be sure to like and subscribe to the YouTube page. That way, you're notified every time we go live with a local sporting event. Back after word from our fine sponsors here on Anthem Country.
Your journey to smile with your forever starts at Embrace Orthodontics. The team at Embrace is committed to providing world-class care and a remarkable orthodontic experience. Choose between custom Light Force braces or Invisalign clear aligners with locations in Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge, and a plan to fit your budget, whether you have insurance or not. Embrace Orthodontics will make your smile journey comfortable, convenient, and customized just for you. Visit EmbraceMN.com today to find out how to set up your free exam. EmbraceMN.com. Embrace Orthodontics, a smile you will embrace forever.
Whoa! They've got what you need at the Pine City Freeway Holiday Station Store. Right now, the Pine City Holiday Station Store off 35 has got a quick meal on the go for you. $3 gets you a hot snack or hot dog, chips, and a Polar Pop. $4 for a breakfast sandwich, hash brown, and medium coffee. Or $5 gets you a personal pizza and a 20-ounce Pepsi. Get snacking. Open 24/7, 365. They've got what you need at the Freeway Holiday Station Store in Pine City.
At Burnett Dairy Cooperative, we're more than just your local dairy. We're also a trusted propane provider, serving homes, farms, and businesses across northwestern Wisconsin and east central Minnesota. Whether you need a tank installed or reliable delivery, we're here for you 365 days a year with flexible options that fit your needs. As a farmer-owned cooperative, we're committed to supporting our community because your home and farm deserve the best. Call 715-689-1032 to learn more. Burnett Dairy Propane, serving you with pride every day of the year.
Kettle River Pizza loves supporting all the local teams. And if your team is interested in fundraising, well, they've got you covered. Kettle River Pizza has years of experience in fundraising for local teams, organizations, and clubs, and they would like to help you too. With their experience and the fact that Kettle River Pizza is an easy sell, your fundraiser is bound to be a great success. Visit Kettle River Pizza online and click on their fundraising tab. Kettle River Pizza, a winner every time. Grab a few at your local convenience or grocery store for after the game.
A&W Restaurant Pine City is still making fresh root beer, that signature item since 1919. It's still made fresh and on-site with real cane sugar and a blend of secret ingredients. It doesn't get any better than this. Their world-renowned A&W root beer is a classic treat, and they can top it off with creamy vanilla soft serve to be known as the famous A&W root beer float. Now that's smooth, tasty, and refreshing. An American iconic A&W root beer float. It never tasted so good. A&W Restaurant Pine City. Come grab your root beer float today.
Resetting your password, unsubscribing from emails, printing anything. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your business doesn't have to be one of them, so you can get back to more important things, like learning how that printer works. That's simple human sense.
Contact your local auto owner's agency, Pine Insurance Agency, at pineagency.us today.
A Lennox air source heat pump is a high-efficiency air conditioning unit that can also heat your home or business during the spring and fall. It's more economical than heating with propane. Have Dale's Heating and Appliance install your Lennox air source heat pump. Ask Dale's how you can receive up to $1,000 in rebates for your air source heat pump system. And ductless mini splits also qualify for up to $1,000. Visit dalesheatingandappliance.com. Conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Oh no.
Oh, man.
Don't worry, Hones can fix you up. Hones Auto Body and Glass has 43 years of experience repairing vehicles from accidents and damage due to hail. In fact, they've got a huge state-of-the-art facility in Mora, are iCar and ASC certified, and certified in aluminum repair and welding. Plus, Hones is recommended by many insurance companies. Hones Auto Body and Glass in Mora. Hones, they'll fix you up right.
Rush City Auto invites you to come on in and check out their full lot of quality used vehicles. They got a car or truck for any size budget. Get your next vehicle from a local dealer with a great reputation. Rush City Auto wants to get you into a vehicle that you will love at a price you can afford. For more information, visit them online at rushcityauto.com and make sure you like Rush City Auto on Facebook to stay up to date with their inventory. Rush City Auto, quality used vehicles. rushcityauto.com.
Back here on WCMP 106.5 FM AM 1350 Anthem Country. Ethan Game Day Gilman joined by Mac Nelson. And Mac, I should have had you start calling the game earlier because, well, you call the game 3 plays later, the Dragons score. All of a sudden, the team looks fantastic.
Yeah.
And, but this one was tough. The first half was, for both teams, seemed like they just couldn't get into rhythm. It seemed like I don't want to say their heads weren't in it, but it seemed like they were playing maybe too many head games with themselves.
Yeah, I would agree with that's a perfect way to put that. Actually, they looked like they had this potential, and plays were starting to develop, and then they just kind of fizzled out without another thought, and we were both kind of left here like, what? Mm-hmm. What just happened? And that's how it kind of went the whole first half, and then we get into the second half, and Cathedral just came out strong. Cathedral came out hitting right away.
They did, and Cathedral, as we look at it to begin the second half, they went 2 drives for touchdowns, and they punted, and then another touchdown on their next drive. So out of 3 out of their first 4 drives, they scored touchdowns on to make it a 35-2 game. Then Pine City's second to last drive, well, they score on the big pass play from Evan Dens, 59 yards to his favorite target, A.J. Austinson. Austinson ends the game with 77 total receiving yards, 76 total passing yards for Dens. You say, how does that work? Well, there are a few backwards passes that were completed by Evan Dens as well. But, yeah, in this one, looking at it turnover-wise, too, only 2 for Cathedral the entire night, 1 for Pine City. So you're looking at it and you're going, Pine City won the turnover battle. That's good. That's a good start. So how did they lose? Well, one big thing is the penalties. 12 of them for 90 yards, 7 in the first half, 5 here in the second half, and it all came at really bad times where big gain, set them back, and then they set it back and set them back because then it was the penalty or it was a loss, a fumble, just not looking the ball. It just seemed to be the mental mistakes here tonight for Pine City.
No, 100%. They would get these huge plays that we had just talked about. We had said that they needed the big plays in order to shift the momentum into their favor and get the ball rolling. And then they would have a penalty or a mistake, and it would cost them 5, 10, 15 yards even. And that's what we call a killer in sports. Like, it's just not good at all.
25 carries, 9 yards, rushing for Pine City, 6 of 18, passing 76 yards, and the touchdown from Evan Denz to A.J. Austinson, 85 total yards of offense. Taking a moment to look at the seniors for Pine City. It was a pretty senior-heavy group, starting with A.J. Austinson. This won't be the last time you hear his name, though. He does play some basketball and a little bit of baseball, so he'll be back for the winter sports. Nicholas St. Germain, another one of them. Austin Wiener, sadly, his season ended a little bit earlier than they would have liked, but another one of them seniors who will be back on the basketball court come winter sports. Derek Kinn, Daniel Milliman, another one, Logan Kalecki. Fun fact about him, he's been starting since he was a freshman for this football team. Then you've got Braxton Peets. Another one is Bo Heggie. You got Rudy Gatsky, another one of those guys. Landon Bumbert. And then go down Landon Ganote. He'll be missed on that defensive line. Caden Wiener, Luke Bloomquist, Nick Stewart. And then we go down to Isaiah Gregor, Ryan Carl, Grady Heron, and Till Shanzi. But I believe he is the foreign exchange student who came in to kick. So, but still a senior, and those seniors will be missed. But when you talk about the seniors, you also talk about how they're supposed to be kind of guiding the underclassmen behind them to prepare for the future of this team. And this team has got a good future. You know, we've got another quarterback, Tanner Fix, who's only a sophomore this year. He'll be a junior next. Darian Hall, you've got Evan Denz, again, junior. He'll be a senior next year. Samuel Johnson will be back. You got Tucker Johnson, a running back, will be back. You've got a plethora of other guys. Caleb Hogberg will be a guy to be back. Ashton Moore will be back. Another one who got some time, Jacob Wimmer. Another one, Dominic Kurth, who got some playing time. Petronak, he'll be back. Dwyer, Severson, Bolt, Frith, these guys will be back. So you've got a good chunk of guys. Philip Laterno coming back. You've got a good chunk of guys coming back next year as seniors and juniors, but then you've got that youth that you'll get as well. And, although this big senior class will hurt, they're going to need to get some numbers from the underclassmen to help out. But I think for the seniors, they're gonna look back in a few years and realize we changed the culture for the future. And it was although it was a tough season, we were part of the change. And I mean, how tough is that for a senior knowing, okay, season didn't go how we wanted, but we set this team up now for the future. And let's just say, look back 10 years, and they've been successful ever since.
Yeah, that's got to be a really good feeling as a senior, especially because, like you just said, that is such a senior-heavy team. Like, there's a lot of people who aren't going to play for Pine City football again. Mm-hmm. And so being able to say, especially if this team full of this young potential that you were just talking about goes on to do bigger and better things from this point on, that's such a big jacket to wear as that senior that graduated. And you could say, yep, I did that. I helped mold this younger team into the winning team that they are now.
Exactly, and we can only hope that is the case. But again, we want to honor the seniors that came up through this team and will now play their last game in a Pine City Dragon uniform. But again, remember, you will hear some of those names come the winter sports season, whether it's hockey, wrestling, basketball. You will hear their names again, and in the spring. But we'll worry about winter first. We got to get through the winter months first, and then we'll worry about spring. But here in this one, the Dragons do fall to the St. Cloud Cathedral Crusaders 35-8. We have some finals from around the other games. We'll just go through them again. Foley beat St. Cloud Apollo 41-0. So Foley will play St. Cloud Cathedral right here, back here on Saturday. Ogilvie beat Bertha Hewitt 26 to 6. Mille Lacs beat East Central 52-14. Barna beat Hinckley Finlayson 45-14. Cambridge Isani fell to St. Francis 41-20. And of course, Bram beat Ely 46-0. So we'll take a look at the brackets here, starting with 9-man in the Section 5. It will be Ogilvie. I did that wrong. That was 5A, not 5-9. There we go. Section 5 for 9-man. Ogilvie will play Cromwell Wright at 2 p.m. on Saturday. I believe that's at the high seed, so that will be in Cromwell Wright at their high school. Then we go to Section 7, Single A. Bram will play in Mille Lacs, so either at Onamia or Isle on Saturday. And then Chisholm beat Southridge 14-12, so they'll play Deer River on Saturday. Continuing on, Section 4 Double A, Rush City. They know who they'll play. They'll play Cannon Falls. Wow. Cannon Falls beat Randolph 50-6, so Rush City will play Cannon Falls on Saturday at 2 p.m. Continuing on with 7 AA. Unfortunately, Hinckley-Finlayson did fall to Barnum. Barnum will host Mesabi East, and no word on the other side of that bracket. So no, I think Moose Lake Little River did win over Greenway, and I would assume International Falls beat Crosby Ironton. Then, of course, in our bracket, we mentioned it, Foley will play here on Saturday against St. Cloud Cathedral, and Malacca getting a big win over Mora. They won that game 41-0 over Mora, and they will now play on Saturday in Annandale. So that's a big one for them. And Malacca might just be getting hot at the right time there, Mac. Sometimes it's about getting hot at the right time.
No, 100%. If you're having a little cold start there, now would be the time to pick it up. Now is when you can really do some make or break damage in the brackets.
No word yet on if Chisago Lakes defeated South St. Paul or not. That bracket not updated to show if they won or not. And North Branch, that game either not completed or not updated yet, so we don't know who North Branch will host on Saturday, either Grand Rapids or Rockridge. Of course, best place to stay tuned to see is our morning shows over on 95.5 FM, KBEK with Rock and Robin Riley at 7:30 and 8:30, and over on 100.9 FM with Joshua Miron at 7:45 and 8:45. You can also catch all your sports updates as well, breaking sports news, interviews, player news, coaches news, whatever it is, on our websites, WCMPradio.com, KBEK.com, as well as our social media pages, our Facebook pages for both stations, our Instagram, and our Twitter at WCMP Radio for all things local sports. Taking a look at our broadcast schedule for tomorrow. Again, it could change. It is subject to change because, well, it's playoffs. Man, playoffs are nuts. But as of right now, on KBEK, we've got Mora hosting Duluth Marshall at 6. Andy Beckstrom will have that call. Bram will host Uppsala on 100.9 FM. Mac, I know you're going to be over there with Adam Hefty calling that one. That should be a good one. And then I'll be on the Rush City game as they host Hinckley right back here on this station at 7 p.m. So that is what it looks like for tomorrow. For Friday and Saturday, well, we won't know until Thursday, so stay tuned for that. Again, stay tuned to our websites and our morning shows to know who and where we will be covering. Of course, looking at this one, the Dragons do fall to the St. Cloud Cathedral Crusaders, 35-8, and the Dragons season does come to an end, but a valiant effort there by Pine City. And we mentioned it before, Mac. They could have easily, even at halftime, come out and hung their head, said, well, it's 14-2, our offense hasn't done anything, let's just pack it in. They didn't. They came out and they fought hard to the very end, and even when Cathedral went and scored on 3 of their next 4 drives, they still said, let's keep fighting, let's keep going, and they did. I mean, how, as a coach, how impressed do you have to be with your team knowing, okay, we're down by this much, and they're still giving it everything they got?
I was going to say that as a team, you really got to be proud of that. You come into a half like that, and you still think there's so much football left to play, and then you get hit that hard right out the gate. It's very easy to put your head down and just, that is what it is. The game's over, and we still have a quarter and a half left of football to play. But the Dragons did not. They picked their heads up, and they gave it a very valiant effort. They were here to play. And they did just that. I mean, as a coach, you've got to be so proud of your players for doing that. That's what you ask as a coach, is that your players come out and do that. What were you going on?
Yeah, you really do have to be proud of it, and unfortunately, that's how the season will end for Pine City. But again, they can look forward now to next year with some of the guys that they have coming back. But that is a whole year away, and that's what kind of sucks about fall sports. It's 8 weeks long, and then maybe a week. So you maybe get 9 weeks for fall sports. Then we're into winter sports, which I'm not complaining. I love all the sports that we cover, but fall sports just seems to get kind of the short end of the stick, so to speak, because you've got spring sport. Well, spring sports are another one that might get the short end of the stick, depending on what kind of winter we have.
Especially in Minnesota.
Yeah. But last year was pretty good. So last year they got about 2-3 months. For fall, you get a month. You get a month of sports, and that's pretty much it. So it always goes by way too quick, and I always say at the beginning of the year, you hear me mentioning playoffs. Well, then I'll talk about playoffs a little bit more week 2, and then I'll say we're going to be talking about this, and it's going to be way too soon for everybody. And I got to week 7, and I was like, I don't want to talk about this yet.
Yeah.
But it is crazy to see how fast a season goes, and for Pine City it does end. But 1-8 on the year. They win their first game in some time. They score their first touchdown since last year against Moore. They shut them out. Then they score in 5 straight games. That is something they have to hang their hat on going forward. But that is going to do it here on that Embrace Orthodontic scoreboard. Dragons fall 35-8 to the Crusaders of St. Cloud Cathedral. Don't forget, we are having our Big Buck contest again, so be sure to submit to your pictures. The winner will be randomly drawn November 30th. We also have our Project Food Shelf happening up at Daggett's on Friday, November 1st and 2nd. We'll be packing up bags of Thanksgiving food to donate to the Pine City and Sandstone food shelves, so be sure to purchase one of those. We do take monetary donations as well. And plus, we'll have our Gobble Gobble giveaway. We'll be doing that again. Listen and win. Visit WCMPradio.com and click on the contest tab for more information. Well, Mac Nelson, thanks so much for joining me here tonight. Any final thoughts here on this one?
If you like my commentary tonight, definitely tune into the volleyball game tomorrow night where me and Adam Heffley are going to be doing the Bram game. Super excited about that. I love volleyball. Who doesn't love volleyball? I mean, no, great game tonight. Weather was beautiful, beautiful place to play football. It was just great being here once again. Short drive for me, unlike for you. But, no, it was great being here.
Well, I appreciate you being here, appreciate you dealing with me, and I appreciate you taking over there at the end, giving Pine City their touchdown that they keep their streak going. So, again, thank you so much for joining me. We'll look forward to hearing you on the airwaves again tomorrow night. But, again, for WCMP, that's Mac Nelson. I'm Ethan Game Day Gilman. Thanks so much for tuning in. Have a great rest of your night.